Thank you, Chief. The same to you.
I want you to post a big notice on the bulletin board. Free Thanksgiving turkey to each and every employee. Compliments of Milburn Drysdale.
Why, Chief, you realize there's 65 employees?
Tut, tut. Just cook it with a lot of stuffing and gravy. Everyone will get a taste.
That's one turkey?
One bank, one turkey. I'll have it delivered to your apartment today.
I am supposed to cook it and serve 65 people in my tiny apartment? How cheap can you get?
Cheap? I had to buy 2 raffle tickets to win that turkey.
Will you be there?
No, it always puts a damper on a party when the boss is there. Everyone feels he has to be nice to me.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Howdy, Miss Jane.
Granny, Mr. Clampett, what a pleasant surprise.
Looky here, Miss Jane.
Oh, what a darling baby.
That's Betty Joe and Steve Elliott's baby that I took care of back in Petticoat Junction.
Granny is so proud of that young'un, she's talked the whole family and going back to Hooterville to see it.
We want to ask Mr. Drysdale to keep an eye on our place whilst we's gone. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale.
Howdy.
Granny, Mr. Clampett, happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
You want to see some photographs of the cutest little darling you ever did see?
I certainly do. When did you have your picture taken?
These ain't pictures of me.
Oh, and I wanted one for my wallet.
That's the little baby I took care of.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Granny's so proud of it, she feels like it's her own.
It looks just like you, Granny. The same sweet, soft, warm, angelic expression.
You noticed it, did you?
Say, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open a savings account for that baby.
Oh, I done open one, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, bless you, Granny. Well, I'll go down and add this to the account right now.
Oh, I'll do it. It's at the First National Bank in Hooterville.
Hooterville?
That's where the baby lives. We's all going down there and see him.
Will you keep an eye on our place over Thanksgiving?
Well, Granny, I think he'll run longer than that. According to Granny, Hooterville is a mighty fine little town.
Cutest little general store you ever did see.
Truth is, Granny's took a shine to the storekeeper, Sam Drucker.
He ain't only the storekeeper. He's the postmaster, the justice of the peace, the newspaper publisher, and banker.
A banker?
Yeah, that's where Granny opened up the savings account for the baby.
He keeps his money in his post office. That way, it's protected by the United States government.
Sounded like a mighty smart fella.
Good morning, Miss Hathaway. Good morning, Mrs. Drysdale. Bonjour, Claude.
Claude and I are going to Boston. We've come to say goodbye to our daddy.
At the moment, Daddy is talking with Granny and Mr. Clampett.
Now, Claude, I feel the same way you do about those peasants. But we must remember, it's Thanksgiving.
I'll tell Mr. Drysdale you're here. Excuse me, Chief.
Oh, Miss Hathaway, please tell these lovely people why they can't go to Hooterville.
Well, your wife is...
That's it, my wife. She's planned a magnificent Thanksgiving feast for you people. Well, I know it's supposed to be a surprise, but I just have to tell them.
It's a surprise, all right.
Yeah. In the 7 years that we've been neighbors, she ain't hardly spoke a civil word to us.
And she's making up for it with this one supreme gesture of hospitality.
Chief, your wife...
Has been shopping for weeks, sparing no expense to make this an exact replica of the first Thanksgiving dinner in New England. Oh, it's going to be a real love feast.
I'm sorry, Milburn, but Claude and I have to catch a plane to Boston.
How do you like that? She's going all the way to Boston to personally select the oysters for the dressing. Margaret, you're a fussy shopper, but I love you.
Goodbye. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
She is a fussy shopper.
Let go of me. Miss Drysdale, you forgot this, whatever it is.
John, come to Mother.
If you ain't coming back for 2 weeks, I think we'll go to Hooterville.
As far as I'm concerned, you can go...
Hooterville! Goodbye, Claude. Goodbye. How about me forgetting that Margaret's family celebrate Thanksgiving 2 weeks later than other people?
Well, I'll just get my pictures and say goodbye to Miss Jane, and then we'll be on our way to see the baby.
Hello, sweetheart. Where's them hayshakers that wants me to drive them to Hooterville?
You're not going to do it, are you, Jethro? Why, you'd be bored to death in a little one-horse town like that.
Are you kidding, sweetie? Did Granny show you a picture of them chicks that lives at the Shady Rest Hotel?
Well, no, but...
Them corn-fed cuties ain't never seen a big Hollywood producer-director like me. I'm gonna fetch them back and put them in movies.
But those country girls won't have any talent.
Baby, with me, they don't need it. I'm a star maker.
We're ready to go, Mr. Drysdale, but I think this door is locked.
Oh, really? Gee, and I don't have a key.
What are we going to do?
I guess you'll just have to stay here.
Stand aside, kid.
Sorry about the door, Mr. Drysdale. But when Granny's ready to go, she's ready to go.
Oh, look at the luggage. They're never coming back. Oh, quick, throw yourself in front of the truck.
Well, not.
Jethro won't run over you. He likes you.
That won't stop Granny. As Mr. Clampett says, when she's ready to go, she's ready to
You
go.
have nothing to worry about. You have a big insurance policy with the company.
No,
Don't be so selfish. Think of your beneficiary.
I had to make you my beneficiary.
I won't keep a penny. It'll all go for flowers, a memorial plaque, a choice lot. You'll have the best of everything.
Gee, get hold of yourself. You're losing your mind.
Say, that will get us both off the hook. I'll throw you in front of the truck and plead insanity.
I am going back to the bank.
What back? There won't be any back if they leave.
That is your problem.
Chicken, sunshine patriot, fake anarchist. All right, I'll stop them alone.
Mr. Clampett won't hold still for this.
He'll hold still. Where's he going on? This truck. You'll never get away with it. I will if you don't rat on me.
I called Drucker's store and told Sam we was on our way.
Good. Let's roll, sweethearts.
I whipped up a fresh batch of my miracle medicine for the baby. I put lots of wolfbane in it.
Wolfbane?
Every full of the moon, the little fella sprouts fangs and hair and goes to howler.
Is that all you're going to tell me?
It's too technical for a layman to understand. Even us doctors only can watch and hope. We got to be ready for measles or mange. Miss Jane.
What are you doing, Jethro?
Oh, Miss Jane said some vandals stripped our truck. So, she's gonna let us drive her car to Hooterville.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't let nothing stop me from seeing that baby.
I know.
Let's hit the road, lovers.
Want to come along, Miss Jane?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't.
Well, I hope you ain't going to be spending Thanksgiving alone.
No, I'm not.
I do appreciate it, Miss Jane. Gives me real class.
My pleasure, Jethro. You know, a handsome Hollywood producer can't be seen driving an old wreck through town.
You're right. Quick as I get to Hooterville, I'll have her ducked down out of sight.
Go fool around with Norman Drysdale. Let's see him get to Hooterville now, eh? Let's see him get there.
Bye, Mr. Drysdale.
Thanksgiving!
He's off to Hootersville.
Hope you find some fish and worms.
No!
What are you doing, Keith?
Oh, you traitor! Help start putting that truck back together.
For?
It's the only way of catching him. Margaret's got my car.
Sorry, Chief, I have to get my Thanksgiving turkey cooked.
You help me or your goose is cooked.
Mr. Drucker! Mr. Drucker!
What do you want, Ed?
I've just heard there's a big Hollywood producer coming to town.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Jethro Bodine. He phoned me from Pixley, wants me to line up some talent for him to look at.
I'm your man. Mrs. Douglas says from this side I look like Rock Hudson.
He's looking for girls.
That's all right. From this side I look like Shirley Temple.
Eb, I'm busy. I'm trying to get out an extra on this.
Producer picks sticks chicks for flicks. Boy, that's a great headline.
Thanks.
What does it mean?
Well, it's showbiz talk, Eb. It means this producer is looking for country girls for his pictures.
Is Shirley Temple a country girl?
No.
That lets me out.
Eb, I'm trying to get out this extra for Thanksgiving. You want to buy something?
No, but I'd like to put some money in your bank.
Oh, okay.
Do you pay interest?
Sure, 4%.
In that case, I'll deposit my whole week's salary. There you are.
$1.50?
Yeah, I got a raise.
That ought to make you happy.
No, it puts me in too high a bracket.
There's your deposit receipt, Eb.
Thank you. Now I'd like to draw out 50 cents.
Why didn't you just keep the 50 cents?
And lose all that interest?
Here you are, Eb. Help yourself. Just put the bank away when you're through.
Thank you, Mr. Drucker. Boy, this is the first time I ever opened a bank vault.
Well, don't get locked in.
Hey, I bet you're that big Hollywood producer.
That's right, sweetheart.
Sweetheart? Oh, you're looking at my Shirley Temple side. Now who am I?
Sam Drucker?
That's close. Try again.
Who are you?
Rock Hudson.
You wouldn't pull my leg, would you?
I would if you'd let me help you line up that talent. How about it?
You got any dolls?
No, sir. You're looking at my Shirley Temple side again.
Who are you talking to out here, Eb? Oh, you must be Mr. Bodine, a big Hollywood producer-director.
Hey, just call me Star Maker.
Well, it's a great honor and pleasure to meet you.
Same here, sweetheart. Same here.
Hey, Mr. Drucker, you got a Shirley Temple side, too.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Hollywood flunkies around to light my cigars and such, you know?
Can I be your flunky? I got matches.
Yeah, maybe. No, why don't you go on outside and keep your eye on the hubcaps of that red convertible? I had one car stripped today.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bodine. Yes, sir.
Where's the rest of your party, Mr. Bodine? Mr. Star Maker?
I dropped them off at the Shady Rest Hotel.
Oh, did you see the Bradley girls?
No, I missed them. They's on their way in here now. You reckon they's moving material?
They're awful photogenic.
Well, we can cover that with makeup.
Is this your car?
No, Billy Joe. It belongs to my boss.
Gee, it's a beauty.
Watch out now. Don't touch the hubcaps.
I didn't know Mr. Douglas had a new car.
Oh, I don't work for him no more. I'm a Hollywood flunky now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I work for a big Hollywood producer. They call him the Star Maker.
Can we meet him?
Sure, he's in Drucker's store. Just mention my name. He thinks I look like Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple? Well, come on, Bobby Joe. We've got it made.
Running the hotel today.
That turkey is looking real good.
I hope Billy and Bobby hurries home with the trimmings.
Jethro said he'd fetch him in the car.
I'll have Ellie come in setting the table.
You're awful cute. I reckon you're just about the cutest fella I ever did see.
Our prayers is answered.
Sounds like she's found a boy, all right.
How about it if I help you run this hotel?
It's Uncle Joe.
He's out in the kitchen.
Oh, that's right.
I like you. I'm gonna give you a great big hug. I want a kiss.
Ellie's doing her part.
Real sweet. I'd like to take you home with me.
Go, Ellie, go.
Here, let me brush the hair out of your eyes so you can see.
Brush the hair out of his eyes.
Must be a hippie.
You know something? I think maybe you got fleas.
Okay, he's a hippie, all right.
How bad can a Hooterville hippie be?
Don't you worry, darling. I'll get into my old clothes and give you a bath.
Not before the wedding, you don't.
Handle this, Granny. As her paw, it's my place.
Hey, Granny, turkey's done.
fact, it's so tender this piece of white meat fell right off my hand.
Stay out of the kitchen, you turkey buzzard. Darned if you ain't as bad as Jethro.
Oh, so that's who you was talking to.
Yes, sir, Pa. Ain't he cute?
He ain't exactly the way I pictured him, but he's cute, all right.
I'll go give him his bag.
Oh, Ellie Mae, company will be here any minute. Leave your pretty dress on. You're liable to sit at the table next to a good-looking young single fella. Right, Mr. Carson?
Mr. Clampett, I'll be honest with you. Single, yes. Good looking, yes. But I'm crowding middle age.
Run along, Ellie.
And so I says to Carrie Grant, I says, listen, Carrie, baby, there's only room for one boss on this set, and that's me. I made you, and I can break you.
We're here, Star Maker.
So we are. I took the groceries in for these here stars at tomorrow.
I ain't their flunky. I'm your flunky.
Hey, listen, kid, you want to come back to Hollywood with me?
Yes, sir.
Then start flunking.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bodine, have you ever created stars out of complete unknowns like us?
Have I?
Oh, tell us who some of them are.
Well, there's been so many.
Wow, who's the blonde bombshell?
You like her looks?
Oh, she's a knockout.
She's my latest creation. Took her from a little old hillbilly gal and worked my magic on her.
Wow. Who's she?
She's the latest addition to my stable.
Boy, Mr. Douglas ain't got anything like that in his barn.
She's a movie star. Mr. Bodine's latest creation.
Howdy, Jethro. Who's all these folks?
Oh, Billy Joe and Bobby Joe Bradley. This here's Ellie Mae.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, this here's my flunky.
Oh, howdy.
Can I be your flunky?
Oh, you can if you want.
So long, Star Maker.
Hey, just a minute.
Would you like to go down to the pond and skip rocks?
Sure would. What's your name?
Take your pick. On this side, I'm Rock. On this side, I'm Shirley. And straight on, I'm Eb.
Well, I like it.
I'm blacklisting the both of you. You're through in Hollywood. Holy. That's the heartbreak of this business. I laid the world at her feet, and she done stepped on my fingers.
Shame.
Well, here's your chance. I'll need somebody to fill her shoes.
But there are two of us.
That's all right. She got big feet.
Jethro, get them groceries to the kitchen. The train's coming in with all the people.
Careful, Granny. You're talking to a star maker.
You get a move on or I'll make stars for you.
There's another one that's going to be blacklisted.
Is she in the movies?
Not anymore, she ain't. I was going to make a picture with her called Tugboat Granny. But she done asked the wrong producer.
Well, hello, young Mama and Papa.
Hi, Granny.
Happy Thanksgiving, Granny.
Oh, thank you, and the same to you. Oh, I gotta see my baby. Oh, what a darling.
Did you get the pictures we sent?
Honey, they is the talk of Beverly Hills. Everybody thinks the baby looks just like me. The same angelic expression.
That's it.
Oh, you run along now. I see Ellie coming with her new beau.
Okay.
Granny, this here's Zeb.
Howdy, Granny.
Hello, sweetheart.
I gotta stop showing my Shirley Temple side.
I see you got the hair out of his eyes. What? Where you two been?
Oh, down to the pond.
Didn't your pa stop you?
No, mate.
Then you got to get married straight off.
That suits me. Boy, I like these fast Hollywood romances.
Granny.
Oh, run along now. I see my beau coming.
Oh, Granny.
Hello, Sam.
Brought you some Red Hots.
Ooh, and I'm gonna have some right now. They make my lips red and rosy.
What a beautiful girl.
I ain't even done my lips yet.
Mr. Clampett, will you say grace?
I'd be proud to. Lord, you've all got lots to be thankful for this day. You've seen fit to bless Betty Joe and Steve with a fine, healthy baby. You've blessed this valley with a fine lady doctor. And you've blessed us with some wonderful new friends. Mr. Carson, Mr. Drucker, Mr. and Miss Douglas, and a mighty fine bunch of young folks. And now, we ask your blessing on this food. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
All right, let's all go in, say goodbye to Mr. Drucker, and then be on our way.
But Uncle Jed, I don't want to leave Hooterville.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I'm the first real live big-time Hollywood producer-director these little old country gals have ever seen.
I'm sorry, boy, but we do have to go.
Well, why? I done got myself engaged to 4 of them.
Well, there's 4 reasons right there.
Well, I sure do hate to leave that. He wants to be my sweetheart.
You think you're leaving a sweetheart. Mine is the town storekeeper, the postmaster, the newspaper publisher, and banker.
Well, it ain't as if we're leaving forever. We'll be back.
When?
Oh, maybe at Christmas.
Hot dog! Andy.
But right now, we gotta bring Miss Jane's car back to her. Howdy, Mr. Drucker.
Hello, Sam.
Hi, Mr. Drucker.
Well, good morning. Say, Ellie Mae, I think Eb is waiting in the back room to tell you goodbye.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Drucker.
Mighty sorry to see you folks leaving for Beverly Hills so soon.
Well, it ain't from choice. I don't know when we've met a nicer bunch of people.
Well, we feel the same way about you.
You ain't gonna forget me, are you, Sam?
Oh, most likely the other way around, Granny. You living there in the movie capital, surrounded by all them matinee idols.
I've had my fill of them Hollywood glamour boys like Bull Montana. At my age, I'm looking for more than just a pretty face.
Excuse me, but before I forget, I'd like to add a little something to the savings account Granny started for the baby.
Oh, fine, Mr. Clampett. I'll open my bank for business.
Yeah, there's a couple of $100 here.
Fine. Just drop it right there in the vault.
Did you go to count it?
Mr. Clampett, if you say it's a couple of $100, it's a couple of $100. There's your deposit slip.
Mr. Drucker? Mr. Drucker? I can't find Ab no place.
Well, that's funny. He was here at 5:30 this morning with his chin hanging down to here because you was leaving.
Well, we'll see him next trip. Let's be on our way.
Get out of that apple barrel.
Yeah, Mr. Drucker, reckon I owe you for some apples.
Oh, they're on the house.
That's right, Uncle Jed. When word gets around that a big Hollywood producer-director endorses his apples, they'll go like that.
He's going like that anyway, and that's the way we ought to go. Come on.
Jed says maybe we'll be back at Christmas time.
Well, I sure hope so. Oh, let me fix you up a little bag of candy for the trip.
Jethro, I thought you put them suitcases in the trunk.
I did.
Looks like they don't want to leave neither.
Eb.
Wake up! Howdy, Jethro. Are we there already? Where's Ellie?
Here I am, Ab.
You got to marry me now. You done took me across the state line. Hey, you know something? Beverly Hills looks a lot like Hooterville.
This is Hooterville.
Oh.
Eb, Mr. Douglas called looking for you. You got chickens to clean and corn to shuck.
This is a moment of great decision. I don't know whether to be a chicken plucker, corn shucker, or bullet ducker.
Eb, get in there and call him.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Drucker. Sorry to have to leave, but our next-door neighbor, Mr. Drysdale, is looking after our place, and he's feeding Ellie's critter, and I think he's got his hands full.
What do these critters eat?
I've been trying to get them to eat those critters. This place is a zoo. Did you know that Ellie has a full-grown bear?
Where is he?
Upstairs. I had to give him breakfast in bed.
He sleeps in the house?
He sleeps any place he wants to.
Well, cheer up. The Clampetts will soon be back.
Not a chance. If Drucker doesn't keep him there, that sneaky baby will.
Are you referring to that darling little Kathy, Joe?
That kid is another Bunny Parker, and it's my bank she's trying to rob.
She is 2 months old.
And already she has her beady little eyes on Jed Clampett's money.
Where are you going?
It's the bear's lunchtime, and he does not like to be kept waiting.
See what I tell you.
Chief, your shirt's torn.
You should see these bed sheets. Rotten bear, rotten. Well, let me trim his nails.
Well, why did he become violent?
He didn't like the way I tucked in the corners when I made his bed.
I hate to mention this, but I'm afraid you forgot this little critter.
Oh, I'll never forget this little critter. We had Thanksgiving dinner together.
Really?
Yes, everybody else had turkey and dressing. I had bananas and bamboo shoots. Forget it. I'm not eating with you today. I tell you, Miss Hathaway, I'm just about a... Oh, no.
What does he want now?
He wants me to give him his bag. All right, get the tub. I'll be right up. While the bears hibernate, this one lies awake thinking of things for me to do. Nuts to it. I've had it.
He might become violent again.
Who cares? What have I got to live for?
Now, Chief.
I took a family of poor, uneducated, backwoods bumpkins and gave them all this. What do I get in return? Bankruptcy.
You are not bankrupt.
Well, I will be as soon as Jed Clampett transfers his $80 million to Hooterdale. Oh, how sharper than a serpent's tooth is an ungrateful hillbilly. All right, desert me, all of you. But there'll come a day of reckoning. The wheel of fortune turns. Someday after that Hooterville highbinder, shifty Sam Drucker has squeezed him dry, Jed Clampett will come to me on his knees and beg me to make him rich again. And you know what I'll do? I'll laugh in his face and I'll say, "Oh, Mr. Clampett, you're back."
What you doing, Miss Jane?
Believe it or not, he's laughing in your face.
Who's this?
Well, that's Ellie's friend, Ed.
What do you mean, friend? They's practically engaged to get married.
You're kidding. This hayseed?
Well, it's a heap better than anything you've come up with.
Well, I didn't...
7 years you've been promising to get a fella for Ellie. Well, where is he?
Well, he's a... don't worry, I found one.
Well, you're too late. We don't want any of your city slickers. Eb is a good, honest, hard-working farm boy.
Now, that's a perfect description of the fellow I've got.
Well, you can keep him.
Now, hold on, Granny. Ain't nothing official yet between Ellie and Eb. Who's your young feller?
Well, that's a surprise. Right, Miss Hathaway?
Oh, a complete surprise.
You say he's a real country boy?
Granny, he was born so far out in the country that the sun used to set between his house and town.
That's a fur piece out.
Well, let's go get him, Miss Hathaway. You hold him, and I'll put shoes on him.
Sound like he's found a country boy, Granny.
Seeing's believing. He's been barking for 7 years, and he ain't treed nothing yet.
It'd be nice for Ellie to have a choice. Eb's a nice young fella, but if brains was lard, he wouldn't grease too big a pan.
Come on, we've got to find a country boy.
In Beverly Hills? It's impossible.
Miss Hathaway, to a man who has bedded down a bear and had Thanksgiving dinner with an ape, nothing is impossible. Take your own bath.
Bear. Swell rock.
To Rita, best wishes, always, Dash Riprock.
What's going on here? Back to the secretarial pool.
Look, his autograph, a real movie star.
Out! Out!
You better run along, honey. Old Grump-Grump's here.
Goodbye, Dashy Washy.
Goodbye, Jeannie Wee.
Scramsy-wamsy, are you firedsy-wiredsy?
Yes, sir.
What's the idea? Just getting home from an all-night party?
Oh, I just came from the set. My agent reminded me it's contract signing time.
So it is. So it is. Yes, I think it will work. Homer.
Homer?
That's your real name. Homer Noodleman from Peoria, Illinois.
I changed my name to Dash Riprock.
I'm changing it back.
Oh, no, you're not.
It's only temporary. After the wedding, you'll be known as Mr. Ellie Mae Clampett.
I'm not going to marry Ellie Mae Clampett.
You're going to propose.
What if she says yes?
Then you'll be a very rich young farmhand.
Farmhand? I'm a movie star.
Not unless we renew your contract.
Please tell me what you're trying to do.
Yes, I'm trying to keep the Clampetts in Beverly Hills and their $80 million in my bank. In order to do that, I need a country boy to court Ellie Mae.
I was born and raised in the city.
Yes, I know that, and you know that. But the Clampetts don't know that.
They know I'm Dash Riprock, the Hollywood playboy.
Not anymore. You are now Homer Noodleman, the Peoria plowboy.
Excuse me, Chief.
Oh, Miss Hathaway, you know Homer Noodleman, the passionate plowboy from Peoria? He's hankering to court Ellie Mae.
Oh, Chief, you're joking. You'll never get away with it.
See, I told you.
Dash Riprock convince the Clampett that he's a country boy? Oh.
Just a minute. Just a minute. You don't seem to think I could do it.
Well, of course you couldn't. The Clampetts would spot you in an instant.
Miss Hathaway, you are talking about one of the finest young actors of our day.
But Chief...
You've always said that he was one-dimensional. Personally, I don't believe it. This boy has scope, he has depth, he has talent. He can play any part. I refuse to listen to any more slanderous statements about this potential Academy Award winner.
The name's Homer, ma'am.
All right, Homer. Now you go in there and give the performance of your career. And don't forget that mini pearl greeting I gave you.
I'll do my best, Mr. Drysdale, but I'm used to working from a script.
Aha, there's no problem. I've written down a few key country expressions. I'll put them in the crown of your hat. So whenever you're in doubt, you can just take a look.
Well, back so soon?
That's right, Mr. Clampett. And here's the farm boy that's going to make Ellie Mae forget all about Ed. Oh, shake hands with Homer Noodleman.
Howdy, Mr. Noodleman.
Howdy.
Hey, you look a heap like that movie fella. Dash Riprock.
Yes, he used to be, but he's given that up to return to his first love, farming.
Well, doggy, you a farm boy?
Is he? Tell them what you've been doing today, Homer.
I've been out slapping the hog.
Slapping the hog?
I believe you meant to say slapping the hog.
No, he means slapping. They were in the corn.
That makes sense. I've slapped many a hog out of the corn. Come on in. Granny, Mr. Drysdale kept his word. He fetched over a fella for Ellie Mae.
Granny, shake hands with Homer Noodleman.
Howdy, Homer.
Howdy.
You any kin to Minnie Pearl?
Just a minute.
You're Dash Riprock, the movie actor.
Oh, not anymore. He's going back to the life he loves, farming.
Is that true, Jake?
That's what he said.
Did you ever shoe a mule?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Shoot him out of my corn just today.
You better put a fence around that corn. Twixt the mules and the hogs, you ain't gonna have none left. I'll go fetch Ellie Mae.
Say, Homer, I'll bet the smell of Granny's victuals cooking reminds you of home.
It sure does.
Will you stay to supper?
I'd be mighty proud to, ma'am.
We're having sow belly and dandelion greens and goat tripe.
On second thought, I got to be home at supper time to, milk the crows.
Milk the crows.
Cows.
Talks through his hat a lot.
He's just shy, Granny, a typical country boy.
Well, go sit down. I'll get you both a cup of coffee.
Granny, sweetie, I smell sow belly and dandelion greens. Hey, who's that Rube?
That's Homer Noodleman.
Hey, that used to be Dash Riprock's name before. Dash? Howdy. Sweetie, baby, what's happened to you? Oh, I get it. You're playing a part in a movie.
Nope, this here's the real me. I'd give up movie making and going back to farming.
That's right, Jethro.
But you can't do this to me, sweetheart. I told them gals in Hooterville if they come to Hollywood, I'd introduce them to Dash Riprock, the movie star.
I'm sorry, partner. From now on, I'm just plain old hoedown Homer. And I'm going to be true to one girl, Ellie Mae Clampett.
Has he been taking some? Is he on one of them trips?
Pa says there's a country boy here to court me.
Howdy. I'm leaving home. First to find a bear in my bed, then Dash Riprock and overhauls.
You want to hold him? His name is Wendell.
No, ma'am, that's a rat.
That's a possum.
Well, that's what I started to say. That's a rat-cute possum.
I told you he was a country boy. Now, why don't you two young people go sit in the parlor?
Okay, come on.
Ellie Mae, you ain't gonna sit in the parlor with that varmint, are you?
Well, Pa said he was here to court me.
Drysdale, if he's a farm boy, I'm a chorus girl.
Well, he's been away for some time, but now that his father's getting old.
You know his pa, do you?
Yes, a wonderful man, salt of the earth. You'd love him.
I want to meet him.
Well, I'm afraid that's impossible. You see...
Hello? Well, Sam Drucker, how are you?
Fine, Granny. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, Eb has run away from the farm. We think maybe he's coming to Beverly Hills to court Ellie.
Good. Sam thinks Eb's coming to court Ellie.
What?
Sooner the better, Sam. There's another fella out here courting her, but he ain't gonna get no place without we meet his paw.
I'll arrange it. Mr. Clampett, I want you to meet one of the finest old gentlemen it has ever been my pleasure to know. Homer's father, Mr. Noble Noodleman.
Well, come in. Granny said to expect you.
Howdy.
Well, sounds like Homer come by that honest.
It's an honest family, like father, like son.
Granny will be wanting to meet you. I'll go fetch her. Sit in.
Chief, I hope this works.
It's already working.
Don't forget our bargain.
I'll keep my end. Now, you bring this off, and I'll give you the sweetest roll you have ever seen.
How about giving it to me now?
This is nothing. The roll I'm giving you is big enough to choke a horse.
I'll settle for that one.
Here he is, Granny. Homer's paw, Noble Noodleman.
Right, kid. Homer does come by it honest. Well, come on in the parlor and sit down, Noble.
Well, now, hold on, Granny. The young folks is courting in there.
Oh, I forgot. Well, come on out to the kitchen. I'll give you a nice big plate of sow belly, greens, and goat tripe.
No, thank you.
Now, Mr. Noodleman, you know you'd love Granny's sow belly and goat tripe.
No, thank you.
Oh, now, you ain't company around here. You is one of us. Come on.
No, thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Drysdale. Could I ask you a favor?
Well, certainly, Jethro.
Well, there's this big sack of sweet rolls in the back seat of your car. Could I have one?
That's my sweet roll.
Shame on you, boy.
I ain't never seen rolls like this before, Uncle Jed. They was big enough to choke a horse.
Oh, that rat.
Make no difference.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it does. Skedaddle, Jethro.
Gee whiz, all I did was ask for a roll.
Oh, forgive the boy.
I like him. He's a lot better than my rotten kid. What?
Oh, he didn't mean it.
Oh, yeah, I did. Howard Littleman is a rotten kid.
He's having one of his spells. I better take him out in the fresh air.
Somebody yelling about me?
Yeah, I was.
Who is this old clown?
You see? He doesn't even recognize his own father.
Shameful.
You're a rotten, Homer. You're a rotten, hog-slapping kid.
Who is this old nut?
Did you hear what he called me? Oh, he's a rotten, hog-slapping kid. You're rotten, Homer. You are rotten, Homer.
Give it to him, Novo. Hiding from me.
Hold it, Granny. This is a family scrap.
Mr. Doorman! Wait, please!
That old feller got a lot of gumption. Now he's throwing rolls at Mr. Drysdale.
How could such a wonderful gentleman have such a rotten son?
Maybe the boy's been away from the farm too long.
Where's Homer?
Forget him, honey.
Yeah. Go back to your possum. You're better off.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Hi, Jed Sweetie.
In the Sam Hill is that?
That's a girl.
I reckon I could have guessed that. What's this contraption?
Oh, this here is a hand-built, wedge-designed, custom-made rear-engine, turbocharged twin spear. She puts out 600 horsepower at 8,000 RPM.
Well, I'd have never guessed that.
Oh, Uncle Jed, I'd like for you to meet the newest superstar in my stable. A girl whose name is going to be up in lights from coast to coast. A girl whose name is going to be a household word. Miss, what was it again?
Jean Rivers.
That's right.
Oh, well, howdy. I'm proud to meet you, Miss Jean Jean. Is this your, whatever it is?
Oh, no. This belongs to CB.
Who is CB?
That's me, Uncle Jed, sweetie. That's the way I'm known in movie land. CB de Bodine, star maker.
You bought this?
It's great for my Hollywood producer image.
Where's the truck?
When I drive up to premieres in this rascal, folks will know I'm important.
Where's the truck?
My fans will mob me.
Where is the truck?
I swapped it for this.
I'll swap it back.
Well, you see, it weren't exactly an even swap. I owe a small cash balance.
How much?
$18,000.
Swap it back.
Oh, money ain't no problem. You see, I got this here rich fella to back me. He's what you call him, an angel.
Who is he?
You?
Swap it back.
Oh, Uncle Generous. Uncle Jed. Can't we talk about this after she's gone?
When is she leaving?
Quick as you give me the 18,000.
Swap it back.
Oh, don't ask me to do that.
I ain't asking. I'll get a move on because we're planning a birthday surprise for Granny.
Would you believe I got the car as a birthday present for Granny?
Oh?
I bet if I took her for a ride, she'd fall in love with it.
Jethro, when are you going to learn that honesty is the best policy? Now, if you just come up to me and said straight out, Uncle Jed, could I please trade in the truck for a new car? You'd have had my respect.
Uncle Jed, can I please trade in the truck for a new car?
Now, that's honest.
Do I get the money?
No, but you got my respect.
Where did I go wrong?
Likely when you got out of bed this morning. Take that back where you got it and fetch the truck home.
You know something? You don't deserve to have me for a nephew.
That may well be. But when I see the trouble that other folks got, I grin and bear it.
I'll show you. One of these days, I'm going to be rich and famous. The idol of millions. The biggest man in the business. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run away from home.
Excuse me, Chief. I thought you'd like me to remind you. Today is Granny's birthday.
Oh, bless her heart. Remarkable little woman. I want you to go out and get her a fabulous present. Something really breathtaking. And spare no expense.
Wonderful.
And while you're out, get her a little something from me, too.
A little something?
Yeah, and a beautiful card to go with it. You know, something with roses and lace and sentimental poetry like, though your hair is very gray, may you have a merry day. Hey, that's pretty good. Never mind the card, just type that up and I'll sign it.
Right, Chief?
That's chief, as in Indian.
That's cheap as in skate?
Well, I guess I am being a bit too frugal, but if I could only think of something that Granny would really want.
I can show you just the thing. A few days ago, Granny and I were looking through this catalog, and we came across a picture of a hickory rocking chair, handmade by craftsmen in the Ozarks. Oh, here it is. She absolutely fell in love with it. She must have looked at this page for half an hour.
Yes, I can see how Granny would really like this. Okay, here. Have this framed and give it to her from me.
Come on, Duke. Let's go out and warm our old tired bones in the sun. These cold winter nights is kind of hard on us senior citizens.
Still say Granny'd love that little old yeller bomb.
Boy, I think I know what's best for Granny.
But if you just let me take her for a ride.
I don't want to hear no more about it.
You mean he's going to keep that old broken-down wreck around here forever?
Well, I don't say forever, but as long as she's still working.
On these cold mornings, it takes forever to get her started.
Maybe, but once she gets warmed up, she goes pretty good.
She's an eyesore. She's a disgrace to the family. Come on, Uncle Jed. Let me just push her off a cliff. We'll collect the insurance.
Duke, they's gonna do me in from a $50 double indemnity.
What kind of birthday surprise would that be for Granny?
It'd be a great surprise if you let me give her that little yellow bomb.
Now he wants to blow me up.
Listen, Uncle Jed, let's forget about the insurance. It don't amount to nothing nohow. First, I'll strip her of everything we can sell.
Strip me? So that's why Jed took my shoes.
Then I'll throw what's left on a city dump.
Now I ain't even gonna get a decent burial.
Jethro, I realize she's old and starting to fall apart.
Yeah, that's the truth. One good kick would finish her.
Nope. He ain't going to kick her to pieces, nor push her off a cliff, nor throw her on a city dump. When the time comes that she can't go no more, we're going to ship her back to the hills and give her to some poor kids to play with. As long as she can still get the job done, we're going to keep her.
Oh, shucks.
Now, Jethro, you take a broom and sweep up all them leather scraps.
Give me that broom, I can still get the work done.
Well, how do you like it, Uncle Jed?
Boy, what have you fetched home now?
Well, this here's what you call a dune buggy.
I mean, walking around a car.
Oh, that's a fella.
I'm glad you told me. This time I don't think I could have guessed.
They call him Medicine Man.
You Indian?
Heck no, Indians don't dress like that no more. Just angry young protesters.
What's he angry about?
Everything. You name it, he's mad at it. You see, he's a spokesman for the new generation. A Medicine Man, this here's my Uncle Jed.
Howdy there. How are you? For a spokesman, he don't say much.
That don't mean he's mad at you. He's mad at the establishment.
The what?
Oh, the folks that runs things. He says there's a bunch of spigots.
Spigots.
Yeah, there's a heap of spigotry in this world. But I told him you wasn't like that. You's full of love and kindness and generosity.
Uh-oh. Where is the truck?
I told him money don't mean nothing to you. You's a flower child.
Where is the truck?
I told him there wasn't no generation gap betwixt us.
Where is the truck?
I swapped it for this.
Swap it back.
But I saved you $15,000. This'll only cost you $3.
Swap it back.
The spokesman for the angry young generation can't drive around in no Detroit iron. He's got to have himself a flower car.
Swap it back.
You're commencing to widen the gap.
You do as I tell you.
You're bugging me. You're putting me uptight. You keep on like this, and we's gonna have us a freak out.
There's one freak out already, and you're on the way to making it two.
I'll give you one more chance to relate to my generation. Are you gonna buy me this dune buggy?
No.
Are you gonna buy me this dune buggy for Granny's birthday?
No.
Then I'm gonna drop out.
What does that mean?
That means that young folks like him and me is gonna run this world.
Let me drop out myself.
I'm protesting you. I'm demonstrating you. I'm dissenting you, because your value systems is all wrong. I'm putting you down, Spigot, because you don't tell it like it is.
All right, I'll tell it like it is. You get that truck back here in 15 minutes, or you're going to eat Granny's birthday cake standing up.
Yes, sir. Come on, soul brother. That old establishment cat means what he said. Well, there she is, Uncle Jed. But she's in bad shape, and so am I.
What's your trouble?
I got identity problem. I don't know who I am. I freaked out as a Hollywood producer. I freaked out as a protester. I even freaked out as a freakout. And now I don't know who I am. I can't do my own thing.
Why not?
Because I don't know what it is.
I do. It's eating. We're going to have a birthday party for Granny. And you can do your own thing till you're full as a tick.
Well, that takes care of me. But that old truck needs some work if it's going to keep running.
Well, that's better than shoving it off a cliff or kicking it to pieces.
It's true, Ellie. Old Duke and me was on our way out to warm our poor old bones in the sun. And when I opened the door, I heard them talking.
Okay, Uncle Jed, it's a deal. I won't push her off a cliff, and I won't strip her and throw her on the junkie. I'll just take her over and have a few new parts put in her.
Ellie, now they's gonna transplant me some new innards. So they can keep me working for another 80 years, I reckon.
I won't let him, Granny.
Don't doze off, Duke. You'll wake up with pussycat parts.
But you want to wait till after Granny's birthday party?
I'd best get the truck running good first, Uncle Jed.
I reckon you're right. Then we can drive Granny down to the butcher shop and she can pick out her own hog. Here's some money.
Hot dog! I can buy the old truck a lot of new parts with this.
Just get what you need. Here's your shoes, Granny.
I don't need them, Jed. I work faster without them. Look at me go.
Well, now, don't work so hard. It's your birthday.
Oh, no, it ain't. I ain't got a birthday coming up for years.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I'm young, Jed. I can earn my keep.
You don't have to work for your keep.
I'm working for my life. Life, liver, and the pursuit of happiness.
Now, sit down and rest yourself. Quick as Jethro gets back, we're going to drive you down to the butcher shop.
The butcher shop?
Yeah, it was going to be a surprise, but we're going to let you pick out your own hog.
Oh, hello, Billy Mae! Hello!
What's the matter, Granny?
He's going to transplant me with hog innards.
What are you talking about?
I hear you and Jethro scheming to get me new parts.
Them new parts is for the truck.
Then why are you taking me to the butcher shop?
Well, it's to get you a hog for your birthday. You've been saying you wanted to salt down some side meat, make sausage, and render some fresh lard.
Oh, you had me awful scared. Come on. Let's go get my hog.
Quick as Jethro gets back with the truck. He's out having it fixed up.
Jed, I don't want that truck changed. I love it the way it is.
He ain't going to change a thing. He's just getting a few new parts.
Well, how do you like it, Uncle Jed?
What is it?
It's the truck.
What truck?
Our truck.
What'd you do to it?
Oh, I just put on a few new parts.
Looks like more than a few.
I liked it the way it was.
Your part, Granny. Just hop up there on that old bench, and I'll drive you down to the butcher shop.
You ain't driving me no place in this thing. Looks like a circus calliope.
Oh, do these pipes play music?
It plays the sweetest music this side of Indianapolis. Why, under that hood is 442 cubic inches of raw power.
You get this truck back like it was.
But, Granny, this baby's got tack plods, a 3/4 cam, and 4 on the floor.
You do as I tell you, there's gonna be one on the ground.
Do I have to, Uncle Jed?
Well, boy, looks to me like it's neither fish nor fowl.
It's foul.
But, Uncle Jed, I done spent a lot of your money.
Well, you better spend a little more and get it fixed right.
Okay.
Can I go with him, Paul?
Might be a good idea, Ellie. Two heads are better than one.
Not when one of them's Jethro.
What in tarnation have you done now?
Ah, I done my own thing, that's what. These here wheels done give me my identity back. I got my superstar back, and I got my self-respect back.
Fine, I'll get the truck back.
Where's my truck?
Forget it, Granny. It's strewed all over the floor out at the garage.
Well, somebody better put it back together again.
Granny, I've had it with that old wreck. It's done tarnished my image for the last time.
You get that truck back here, melon head.
Watch it, baby. You don't go putting me down in front of my superstar, you'll put me up tight. And I might throw a sit-in at you. I might even mass demonstrate you.
Where's my hickory stick? Where?
Come on, superstar. Let's split back to the protest meetings.
You take me out to that garage.
Sorry, baby. That would be a violation of my civil rights.
I'm gonna cut across and catch him.
You'll never make it, Granny.
Just watch me.
Hey, doggy, she's doing pretty good. She can just keep that speed till the next Olympics. We got us a mess of gold medals.
Well, here we is, back at the Citadel of the Decadent Rich.
Howdy, Father Emmett.
Hey, me.
My name's Hydrangea now. I'm a flower child.
Is the kitchen free? There's 30 or 40 more coming over for a happening.
In the kitchen?
That's where it's at, baby.
Jethro wants to have a eat-in.
I might have known.
Come on, group.
The only happening that's happening around here today is Granny's birthday party.
Do we get victuals, or do we commence yelling police brutality?
You keep this up and... What in the blue blazes?
Chief, listen to me. You are making a mistake.
What do you mean? You said Granny wanted a hog.
But when she said dress, she didn't mean like that.
So the clothes came off the rack. If you think I'm going to have an outfit tailor-made for a hog.
Hey, Dale, Miss Jane, what you got there?
Well, it's a little birthday present for Granny, and just the way she wants it, all dressed.
Nigel, I know you're a city feller, but dressing a hog is a lot different than dressing a person.
You can say that again. It took me a half an hour to get his pants on.
He is rather a strange sight, isn't he, Mr. Clampett?
Well, not compared to some I've seen today.
Well, ain't he cute? Where'd you get him, Mr. Drysdale?
I foreclosed. I fortunately found a farmer who had a hog to sell.
It's a birthday present for Granny.
Ellie, why don't you take this Parker around back and feed him and take care of him?
I sure will, Paul. You know something? I like hogs better than hippies.
Hey, where's my flower chick going with that fat drunk?
Drunk?
He's having a bad trip, man. He's crawling on all fours.
It's a hog. I bet he is.
If he beats us in the kitchen, he'll wipe out our eat-in.
What's this?
My new wheels.
Where's the truck?
Well, last time I saw it, Granny was trying to talk four mechanics into putting it back together again.
Well, looks like she done it, 'cause yonder it come.
Well, there's nobody driving.
Reckon that old thing knows its way home by itself? Granny, you got it back together.
Well, the mechanics done it. I just persuaded them.
Good.
All it took was a little sweet talk and a club about that long.
Why did you have to push it?
Ran out of gas. Jethro drained the tank for that thing of his.
Granny, do you have to park this old clunker next to my groovy new rod?
Watch it, boy.
Why do you keep clinging to this broken-down old symbol of your backward generation? Us new breed of cats is ready to go to the moon.
Well, here comes your liftoff. It's a better car than that old pipe organ that he's got.
Are you comparing this bucket of bolts to my fuel-injected, custom-built bomb?
Yes, I am.
How would you like to drag me?
Fine. I'd like to drag you through 2 miles of berry bushes.
I mean race.
You're on, Buster.
I can't race him. You ain't even got gas.
I got something better. There. That ought to do it.
Granny, this ain't no way to spend your birthday, racing with Jethro.
I can't think of no better present that I'd rather have than to beat the pants off of that blowhard boy in his fancy hot rod.
Granny, Jethro, I have made arrangements for the use of the racecourse facilities at Whiteman Stadium in the Valley.
I'm ready.
Me too.
I hereby volunteer my services as official starter.
Let's go.
Gentlemen, start your engines. What's the matter, Granny?
I killed my engine. Come on, old timer, catch him for me, and I'll take you to Indianapolis for the big one. Eat my dust, Jethro. How'd you do, Granny? I brought him off in a quarter mile. Never even got out of second gear.
Granny, can I have the truck back?
No, you ain't.
Oh, please, Granny, I'll do anything.
Well, be a good boy, do your chores, respect your elders, behave in general. And I'll let you work in my pit crew at the next Indianapolis 500.
Thank you, Granny, thank you.
Yeah, let's have no more nonsense about that generation gap.
Oh, I promise, Granny, I promise.
Excuse me. Back now.
This has been a very nice presentation.
Viacom.
How? She demanded, crossing her arms skeptically. I will think of something, he muttered, pacing faster. Suddenly, he stopped dead in his tracks, a massive grin spreading across his face. I will sell them the White House. How? How? You sound like an Indian, she scoffed. His eyes lit up with unholy inspiration. That is it. You are going to be an Indian. What? Flo recoiled in absolute confusion. It is beautiful, he laughed, grabbing her by the shoulders. They will love it. You are the last of the Columbia Indian. An hour later, Honest John was back in the luxurious penthouse suite, his face a mask of deep, profound sorrow. And that, dear friends, is why the president is embarrassed to invite you to the White House. Honest John sighed heavily, shaking his head. You mean he does not even own the house he lives in? Jed asked, his heart aching for the poor leader of the free world. Not so much as a stick of furniture belongs to him, Honest John confirmed sadly. That is terrible, Granny declared, outraged. No wonder he cannot ask us to stay. I would feel the same way in somebody else's house. Who owns it? Jed inquired gently. Honest John lowered his voice to a reverent whisper. The White House stands on Indian ground. Yes, this entire area was once occupied by the Columbia Indians. That is why, to this day, it is called the District of Columbia. Jed nodded slowly, absorbing this profound historical fact. Well, cannot the government buy it from the Indians? There is only one surviving member of the Columbia tribe, and she refuses to sell. Honest John explained solemnly. She? Ellie Mae asked, leaning forward with deep interest. Yes, the ancient and noble Princess Sitting Hawk, Honest John said dramatically. What does noble mean? Jethro whispered to Jed. A proud and defiant woman, Honest John continued, ignoring the interruption. Not all the pale-faced pony soldiers can drive her from the land she feels is rightfully hers. Why will she not sell? Jed asked softly, deeply moved by the story of this solitary, brave woman holding out against the massive forces of the government. Sitting Hawk does not trust politicians, Honest John stated gravely. She says they speak with a forked tongue. Well, cannot the president get her to sell the White House to him? Jed wondered. Every chief executive since Lincoln has tried. Honest John lied smoothly, his face a perfect picture of historical tragedy. Lincoln, Granny gasped. How old is she? Well, no one knows for sure. Honest John shrugged mysteriously. But at least 150. Indians do live a long time. Granny nodded knowingly, drawing upon her vast rustic wisdom. She would not even sell to Lincoln? Jed asked, astonished. Well, she liked certain things about him, Honest John conceded thoughtfully. The fact that he was tall, a simple man, humble, honest. I would say that Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt have come closest to impressing Princess Sitting Hawk. She favored Teddy, did she? Jed smiled slightly. Well, he was a rugged outdoor man, Honest John explained, pacing slowly across the plush carpet. She admired that. She liked his mustache. She called him Chief Hair on the Lip. Them two was the only ones that come close, huh? Jed asked. Yes, Honest John sighed tragically. If there only existed a man who combined the qualities of both. Tall, simple, humble, honest. A rugged outdoor man with a mustache. He paused dramatically, turning slowly to look directly at Jed. One who had never been involved in politics. Jethro pointed a thick finger at his uncle. That is Jed. Who? Honest John asked, feigning innocent surprise. Jed Clampett, Jethro announced proudly. He is sitting right here. Now, Granny, Jed said modestly, looking down at his large, rough hands. By George, I think she has got it, Honest John gasped, stepping back in mock amazement. Shucks, no, Jed mumbled, embarrassed by the high praise. Did you hear that? Honest John demanded, turning to Granny and Jethro with wild eyes. Sux, no, says everything. He is simple, he is humble, he is honest. He is tall, and he has got hair on the lip. He is our man. Forget it, Jed shook his head firmly. I cannot handle nothing as important as this. Honest John knelt beside Jed's chair, placing a hand on his knee. Mr. Clampett, when Andrew Jackson, Old Hickory, was asked to fight the Battle of New Orleans, do you know what he said? Forget it. I cannot handle nothing as important as this, Jed guessed softly. Is that a fact? Jethro marveled. But he won, and you will win, Honest John declared with absolute, burning conviction. History has chosen you, and you cannot refuse. Do it, Jed, Granny urged him, her eyes shining with patriotic pride. Then we are sure to get an invite to the White House. Well, I am not going to do it just for that, Jed insisted, his moral character shining bright and pure. But at least the president would have his home. Least I can do is try. Spoken like a true patriot, Honest John beamed, rising to his feet. I will take you to Princess Sitting Hawk and act as your interpreter. You talk Indian? Jethro asked, deeply impressed. I learned as a child. Honest John lied effortlessly. The tongue of the Columbia Indians was the second language in our home. How come? Jed asked politely. Well, many moons ago, my family befriended the tribe. Honest John wove his intricate web of deception. When all other pale faces were against them, the Indians knew they could always find refuge in the home of a Schaefer. It was nice of your folks to take them in, Jed noted warmly. Our name has become part of the Indian language, synonymous with hospitality. Honest John concluded grandly. To this very day, to be taken in is to be Schaefered. The next morning, Honest John led Jed and Granny to a quiet, secluded section of a public park not far from the grand monuments of the capital. There, sitting cross-legged on a worn blanket in front of a small, crudely constructed canvas teepee, was a woman completely covered in bright, glaring streaks of colorful war paint. She wore a heavy feather headdress that obscured most of her face and a thick, woven blanket wrapped tightly around her shoulders. This was Flo playing the role of her life. Look, Jed, I think I see her. Granny pointed a trembling finger through the thick green bushes. Is that her, Honest John? Jed asked quietly, respectful of the solemn atmosphere. Yes, Honest John whispered reverently. There she sits in front of her lonely teepee, the last of the noble Columbia Indians, the ancient and venerable Princess Sitting Hawk. Does she sit there all the time? Jed asked, his heart aching with pure sympathy. Day and night, Honest John confirmed sadly. Winter and summer, rain or shine, she keeps silent vigil over her home. You think they would let her stay in the White House? Jed wondered aloud, his deep sense of hospitality offended by the situation. It is on her land. On the contrary, Honest John sighed. Why, they have cannons to keep her out. Well, if that does not beat all, Jed shook his head in disgust. Cannons to keep out a poor old 150-year-old Indian woman? You cannot hardly blame her for feeling spiteful. Is that why she wears all that war paint? Would you not if somebody pointed cannons at you? Are Mr. Taxi Driver. Thank you. Granny stepped up to the massive iron gate, peering through the bars. Now, tell me, what time is the next public tour of the White House? 3 o'clock, a passing tourist answered helpfully. Yes, remember that. I am going to ask questions later, Granny said to Jed. Tell the president I will be there. Mr. Schaefer, Honest John called out, rushing toward them with his arms spread wide in a gesture of profound joy and absolute surprise. Well, bless my soul if it is not the Clampetts. What brings you to Washington, of all places? We are here to see the president, Jed explained, shaking the man's hand warmly. We want to talk to him about the smog problem. We are going to help him get rid of the stuff. What a coincidence, Honest John gasped, placing a hand dramatically over his heart. He just appointed me chairman of a very special committee for that exact purpose. I am ready to give him my money if I just knew how, Jed offered sincerely, his honest nature completely blind to the shark circling him. Another coincidence, Honest John smiled, his eyes gleaming with hidden greed. That just happens to be the function of my committee. Are you lying? Granny asked, her sharp, rustic instincts tingling slightly. I try to do my humble bit, Honest John replied smoothly, the picture of pious humility. Shall I make out the check to the president? Jed asked, reaching into his faded jacket for his checkbook. As a matter of fact, the check should be made payable to my committee, Honest John corrected gently. What is that? Jed asked, clicking his pen. Citizens Against Smog Horror, Honest John pronounced slowly and clearly. Jed looked at the small line on the check. That is quite a lot to write. Just use the initials, Honest John suggested helpfully. Fine, Jed muttered as he wrote. Citizens Against Smog Horror. Now, shall I make it for the whole 95 million? Honest John's heart skipped several beats, but he maintained his smooth, professional exterior. No, that might be a bit hard to handle. What do you mean? Jed asked, confused. Well, you see, other public-spirited citizens not as wealthy as you might be embarrassed and not contribute at all. Honest John explained, a masterclass in psychological manipulation. Jed's face softened with profound understanding. Oh, well, we do not want that to happen. I am glad you understand, Honest John smiled softly. Give him $5, Jed, Granny suggested practically. Lots of folks got that much. On the other hand, Honest John interjected smoothly steering the ship back toward the treasure. Let us not go too far the other way. A little friendly embarrassment never hurt anybody. How about starting with $1 million? Excellent, Jed agreed happily. He began to write the numbers. Just the right amount to get the ball rolling. That is 1,000,000,000. The boy has got a great head for ciphers, has he not? Jed said proudly, looking at Jethro. He is a real zero head, Granny muttered under her breath. Jed tore the check from the book and handed it over with a warm smile. Well, there you are, Mr. Honest John. I hope that primes the pump. Honest John took the slip of paper, his fingers trembling ever so slightly as he looked at the massive sum. Beautiful. The president will be absolutely delighted. Are you going to show it to him? Jed asked eagerly. At our afternoon meeting, Honest John confirmed, slipping the fortune into his tailored inner pocket. What time is that again, my good man? Granny asked sharply. 3 o'clock, Honest John replied without missing a beat. That will be on time, Granny stated firmly. I am a busy woman. You must know the president pretty good, Jed observed admiringly. Pals, buddies, Honest John bragged lightly. Well, why do you not take us to the meeting with you? Jed suggested logically. We would like to say howdy to him. And he would like to say hi-dee to you, Honest John smiled. However, the Secret Service requires strict security clearance. Will that take long? Jed asked, slightly disappointed. Do you happen to have birth certificates, color photographs, passports, and a complete set of fingerprints with you? Honest John inquired, knowing the answer perfectly well. Why, no, we have not, Jed admitted, shaking his head. Well, I am afraid it will take a while, Honest John sighed sympathetically. Meantime, I will put you up at a nice, comfortable hotel. Taxi. A short ride later, the family found themselves in a lavish, incredibly expensive penthouse suite overlooking the entire city. These are dainty fine accommodations, Mr. Honest John, Jed marveled, looking at the plush velvet drapes and glittering crystal chandeliers. Well, thank you, Mr. Clampett, Honest John replied modestly. Here, let me show you something. Here you have a magnificent view over the entire city of Washington. Jed walked over to the massive floor-to-ceiling windows. Well, is that not pretty? Granny, believe me, Mr. Honest John is fixing us up real nice here. Is he not? Granny sat stiffly on a delicate silk sofa, her arms crossed. Well, it is all right, but it is not like staying at the White House. Sure is not, Jethro agreed loudly. They got a kitchen over there where a fellow can get a snack when he is hungry. Are we not going to get to stay at the White House at all? Ellie Mae asked, looking slightly crestfallen. Ellie Mae, Do not pay no attention to him, Mr. Honest John, Jed apologized quickly. He is acting awful pushy. Not at all. Honest John waved his hand dismissively. As soon as I have straightened out the matter of security clearance, I am sure the president and his wife will issue you a formal invitation. Oh boy, Jethro cheered. Well, you tell them that they are not taking in a family of freeloaders, Jed insisted with deep, unyielding pride. We will pitch in and help with the housework and the chores. I will make that matter crystal clear to him, Honest John promised, backing toward the door. We are glad of life to you, Jed said warmly. Glad to do it. See you later, friends. Honest John smiled, slipping out into the hallway and pulling the heavy oak door shut behind him. He practically flew down the carpeted hallway and out onto the street, his heart soaring with criminal triumph. He burst into his cheap hotel room where his wife Flo was waiting anxiously. Shifty, baby, how did it go? She demanded, grabbing his lapels. Like $1,000,000, he laughed, pulling the crisp check from his pocket and waving it in front of her face. And here it is, $1 million. Beautiful. Flo's eyes widened in sheer awe. I can have us packed in 5 minutes. Wait a minute. Honest John stopped her, his mind working rapidly. Where are we going? Mexico, Venezuela, you name it, she said, already pulling suitcases from beneath the sagging bed. Flo, there are 94 more where this came from, he whispered, a mad, greedy glint in his eye. Now, do not get greedy, she warned him, her voice serious. Let us take our million and play it safe. Baby, this is a chance of a lifetime. Think big, he urged her, pacing the small room. I am thinking big, Flo snapped. We could get 20 years apiece. Max, he said softly, using his pet name for her. I have got those hillbillies in the palm of my hand. They are grapes waiting to be picked. How? Well, I got $1 million for Smog. I will get $1 million for something else. Drysdale unfolded it and read aloud, his voice trembling. Dear Mr. Drysdale, please feed the critters until we get back. He collapsed onto the nearest velvet sofa, completely defeated. High above the clouds, inside the spacious cabin of a modern commercial airliner, the Clampett family sat together, marveling at the miracle of human flight. A polite, impeccably dressed flight attendant walked down the aisle. Enjoying your flight? She asked with a warm, professional smile. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Jed replied graciously. We are going to Washington to see the president. We are going to give him $95 million. The flight attendant chuckled, assuming it was a charming, rustic joke. Oh boy, you know the president. Talked to him this morning, Jed stated simply. I am fetching him a baby possum. Ellie Mae chimed in, gently stroking a small lump under her jacket. And I am taking him a jar of pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chitlins, Granny added proudly, patting a large canvas tote bag resting at her feet. We was going in my electric car, but I could not find no 3,000-mile extension cord. Jethro explained, completely serious. That is very interesting, the flight attendant said, backing away slowly. Granny peered out the small oval window, her brow furrowed in concentration. Young lady, how high would you say we are flying? A lot higher than the plane, the flight attendant muttered to herself as she hurried back toward the galley. I got the wind, everybody, Jethro announced, pressing his face against the thick glass of the window. We are flying over a right pretty town. That there is Washington, District of Columbia. Anybody see the White House? Appears to be lots of white houses down there, Jed observed, looking at the sprawling, majestic architecture of the nation's capital stretching out beneath them like a grand, intricate tapestry. The calm voice of the pilot echoed softly through the cabin speakers. Would you fasten your seatbelts, please? Yes, ma'am. We will be landing in a few minutes. Jethro looked up, a look of profound despair washing over his face. You going to feed us again before we land? I am afraid there is not time. The flight attendant replied apologetically as she walked past to check the overhead compartments. You have had 4 meals and 3 snacks, Granny scolded, hitting Jethro lightly on the arm. Why, it makes me hungry, Jethro complained, rubbing his substantial stomach. But we are landing now. Landing makes me hungry, too. We go straight to the White House, Pa? Ellie Mae asked, excitement dancing in her bright eyes. I think so, Ellie, Jed nodded, smoothing down his jacket. The quicker we give our money to the president, the quicker he can commence fighting smog. Sure, I will breeze him down for supper. I am starving, Jethro declared, his mind completely focused on his next meal. Jed, if that boy takes his meals at the White House, the president's wife will never get out of the kitchen, Granny warned sternly. I can help with the cooking, Ellie Mae offered sweetly. No, Ellie, I will do that, Granny insisted, her pride in her rustic culinary skills shining through. You make the beds and do the dusting. And Jethro, you can mow the White House lawn and rake the leaves, Jed added, assigning chores as if they were moving into a new cabin in the hills. Let Ellie do that, Jethro protested immediately. The president needs me for my brain. Oh, pooh. I will likely be in the East Room or someplace sitting on his cabinet. You keep your feet off the president's furniture, Granny snapped, wagging a finger at him. The heavy tires of the airplane hit the runway with a solid thump, and the engines roared as they slowed down. Looks like we made it, Jed smiled. Meanwhile, in a dark, smoke-filled room at a cheap hotel just outside the city, 2 figures were plotting. One was a sharp-dressed man with slicked-back hair and a fast-talking manner known in the underworld as Shifty Schaefer, though he preferred the moniker Honest John. The other was his wife, Flo, a tough-talking woman with a sharp mind for a scam. Shifty, what if they do not show up? Flo asked nervously, pacing the stained carpet. They will be here any minute. I checked their flight, Honest John replied confidently, adjusting his perfectly tailored suit. How are you going to get past the guard? She pressed. I will handle it, he assured her with a wicked grin. It is important for the Clampetts to see me coming out of the White House. Okay, good luck. Honey, yes, yes. Later that afternoon, near the heavily guarded gates of the White House, a stern-looking Secret Service agent stood watch. Honest John approached boldly, flashing a fake badge. Jaffa, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Honest John announced crisply. Hold it, the guard commanded, stepping firmly into his path. What is it? What? The president is waiting, Honest John bluffed, trying to push past. I need to see your identification, the guard stated, completely unmoved by the act. Honest John feigned absolute shock. You do not recognize me? No, the guard said flatly. Honest John turned away, muttering to himself loud enough to be heard. Good. I told you, Edgar, this was a perfect disguise. See you later. Hold it, the guard repeated, crossing his muscular arms. Honest John sighed heavily, turning back around. Now what is it? I cannot let you in without a pass, the guard explained patiently. Look, you are delaying high-level meetings, Honest John snapped with magnificent faux outrage. Now, what do you want? I want to see your pass. My pass? Of course, my pass. But how do you know? I must have left it on the president's desk. I will go get it. Honest John tried to step forward again. Hold it, the guard warned, his hand moving slightly toward his hip. Is that your final word? Honest John asked, drawing himself up to his full height. It is, the guard confirmed, his eyes completely cold. Suddenly, Honest John broke into a wide, beaming smile and clapped the bewildered guard on the shoulder. Excellent! You have passed the test with flying colors. Congratulations. Now let me see. Now, you are guard number 16. Escape gets a 1 rating. The president will be pleased. Now, do not be surprised if there is a little something extra in your stocking at Christmas. The guard stared at him, absolutely speechless. Hold it, Honest John continued, pointing a finger directly at the man's nose. Now, look, you have proven your efficiency. My good man, do not press your luck. I may drop you to a B+. Just candy canes and bubble gum in your stocking. Beat it. Beat it? The guard finally managed to say, completely thrown off balance by the sheer audacity of the man. Cavil, 1 word from me and you will be guarding a government igloo in Iceland. I am going to count to 3. If you are not gone, never mind. I think my pigeons have just flown in from the West Coast. Honest John smiled smoothly, his sharp eyes catching sight of the Clampett family exiting a yellow taxicab on the busy street. Corner. Doggy. Big house the president has got, Jed marveled, looking through the tall iron gates at the magnificent white pillars of the executive mansion. Nice big yard, too, Granny observed, nodding in approval. Lots of room for critters. Reckon he has got a garden and chickens? Jed wondered aloud. Likely, I would bet, Granny agreed. Well, here is all our stuff, Jethro said, hauling their battered canvas bags and wooden crates onto the pristine sidewalk. Here your car. Rich Little's eyes widened in panic, and he looked at Drysdale, who was frantically waving his hands in a negative motion. No, no, no. Do not come to Washington. We have got enough people like you here already. You public-spirited citizens, I mean. Well, how do we get the money to you? Jed asked innocently. Well, I am glad you asked me that, the voice replied smoothly. I want to make this point very clear. What is the point I want to make very clear? Leave your money in the bank, the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills. Jed nodded slowly. Where it will draw maximum interest, and compounded semi-annually, in the care of your wise and friendly banker Milburn Drysdale. Well, naturally, we will do whatever you say, Mr. President, Jed agreed, though a hint of sadness touched his voice. But the family is going to be awful disappointed. We was hoping to get away to Washington. Oh, no, no, do not try to get away, the president urged quickly. You will stay right there and do what the nice man in the white coat tells you. Goodbye. Goodbye, Jed said, hanging up the phone slowly. What did he say, Jed? Granny asked eagerly. He said he does not want us to come to Washington right now, Jed replied, scratching his head. Well, what are we supposed to do, Pa? Ellie Mae wondered. He says he is going to send a man in a white coat to tell us, Jed explained, looking completely baffled. He walked back outside to where Jethro was happily adjusting a wire on his electric car. Jethro, I just talked to the president, and we will not be driving to Washington in your electric car. Jethro let out a heavy sigh of absolute relief. Just as well, Uncle Jed. I never found an extension cord long enough to get us there. In the bank, Mr. Drysdale wiped a thick sheen of sweat from his forehead. Mr. Little, that was a magnificent performance. Thank you. Well, your impersonation of the president was absolutely incredible. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Sometime. Take good care of yourself. Rich Little stopped at the door. Mr. Drysdale, are you not forgetting something? Oh, what is that? Drysdale asked, playing dumb. My fee. Oh, yes, yes. How much is it? Drysdale asked nervously, reaching for his wallet. Well, ordinarily, I receive $7,500 for a performance. The impressionist stated calmly. However, in this case, I will cut it in half. How is $3,750? Drysdale gulped hard, his heart breaking at the thought of parting with the cash. $3,750 it is. 20, 40. Now, you owe me $2.50. No, that is $3,750. Rich Little corrected firmly, taking the thick wad of bills. For 5 minutes' work, the president does not get that much, and he is the real thing. As Rich Little walked through the lobby, Miss Hathaway spotted him. Excuse me, Chief, these foreclosures are ready. Are you not Rich Little, the impressionist? Yes, I am, he smiled warmly. Oh, Mr. Little, I just love your impression of John Wayne, she gushed, completely starstruck. Rich Little instantly squared his shoulders, narrowed his eyes, and lowered his voice to a gritty drawl. Well, thank you very much, ma'am. Now, let me say that if we had girls like you out on the trail, I never would have given my horse a second look. Miss Hathaway blushed a deep shade of crimson. Oh, that is marvelous. Thank you. Hey, and your Ed Sullivan is an absolute classic. He immediately hunched his shoulders and crossed his arms stiffly. Oh, Ed Sullivan? Wonderful. Would you do me a favor there, young sir? Would you come on our show next Sunday night and bring your stuffed giraffe? Yes, I would. Love to have you. What else are you going to have on the show? A World War I with the original cast, in living color with a surprise ending. Oh, is he not fabulous? Miss Hathaway sighed happily. He certainly is, Drysdale muttered darkly from his office door. It has been a real pleasure. Wait a minute. You are forgetting something again. Oh, yes, you will see, Rich Little chuckled. What are you charging her for Wayne and Sullivan? Drysdale demanded, ever the businessman. Oh, nothing, the impressionist smiled, walking out into the bright California sunshine. I will accept the same arrangement. Back at the mansion, the Clampetts were standing on the front porch, bags packed, looking out toward the street. The local milkman, dressed sharply in his crisp white uniform and matching white cap, walked up the path carrying a wire basket filled with fresh glass bottles. Watch this, Jed instructed his family. Do not leave no milk for a spell. We are going to Washington, Granny. Yes? Well, you are going to Washington, Granny replied, still slightly confused. We are, Jethro asked, his eyes wide. That is what the message says. The milkman smiled, handing Jed a small envelope along with the dairy delivery. Have a good trip. Hey, Uncle Jed, we are going to Washington, Jethro cheered. We just got the message. What did you say, boy? Jed asked. We are going to Washington, Jethro repeated, pointing at the retreating delivery man. The fellow in the white coat just brought the message from the president. Well, where is he? Granny asked, peering into the distance. Yonder he goes, Jed pointed. Is that not the milkman? Being a milkman is what you call a cover, Jethro explained with absolute certainty, drawing upon his vast knowledge of television spy programs. Cover? Jed asked. He is really a secret agent for the government, Jethro whispered dramatically. Is he not? Yes. I learned all that stuff when I was a double-knot spy. Jed nodded slowly, accepting this completely logical explanation. Well, I reckon we best get packing. Should I convert my electric car back to steam? No, I think we better fly, Jed decided, looking at the distant horizon. When the president sends for you, you do not want to keep him waiting. A few hours later, Miss Hathaway rushed into Mr. Drysdale's office. Well, if he comes in, will you please ask him to call his office immediately? It is an emergency. Thank you. How do you like it, Miss Hathaway? She said into the phone before hanging up abruptly. Mr. Drysdale strolled in, looking completely relaxed and carrying several shopping bags from high-end boutiques. "Chief, where have you been?" she demanded. "Shopping," he smiled serenely. "Any messages?" "Oh, just one, but it is a beauty," she replied grimly. "The Clampetts are leaving for Washington." The color drained from Drysdale's face once again, the shopping bags dropping from his hands with a heavy thud. "What? They are determined to give their $95 million to the president. We have got to stop them. Get rich little back." "You are kidding." She stared at him. "Here is a signed check." Drysdale panicked, tearing a slip from his checkbook. "He can make it out for any amount he likes. I will get up to the Clampetts and delay them until he calls." Drysdale sprinted out of the bank, his heart pounding in his chest. He drove his sleek luxury car to the estate, tires squealing as he pulled into the massive circular driveway. "I made it. They are still here." He burst through the grand front doors, breathless. Clarence, Granny, Ellie Mae, Jethro, there is everybody. But the grand hall was entirely empty, save for a tall, stern-looking woman in a maid's uniform. "Oh, hello, Bessie. Is that for me?" Drysdale asked, noticing a folded piece of paper in her hand. "How are you?" the maid replied politely, handing him the note. "Talking about the money, Jed. Mr. Drysdale says the president will need millions, even billions." "I was thinking of giving him all my money," Jed stated with the simple, profound generosity that defined his entire existence. "Okay. I will stop by the bank and get the rest of it." Ellie Mae skipped out onto the porch, cradling a small animal. "Well, Pa, if Jethro goes to Washington, I want to go too. And they are not going without me." "I was just coming to that," Jed smiled, looking at his family with deep affection. "I think it would be a fine trip for the whole family. I best go leave a note for the milkman. Tell him we are going to Washington." Back at the bank, Mr. Drysdale was dictating a letter to Miss Hathaway with ruthless efficiency. "And since you have failed to make your final payment promptly, we are forced to repossess your automobile. Sincerely, your friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale." Miss Hathaway stopped typing and looked at him with sheer disbelief. "Chief, you are telling your own brother you are repossessing his car? Well, that is a little cold, is it not?" Postscript, Drysdale continued smoothly, ignoring her moral outrage. "Regards to Betty and the babies." The telephone on his massive oak desk rang shrilly. "Yes, who is it?" Drysdale barked. "It is me, Mr. Clampett," came Jed's calm, steady voice through the receiver. "I fetched you back your sack of chicken feed." Drysdale's face lit up with overwhelming joy. "Oh, bless you, bless you," Miss Hathaway whispered from across the room. "Quite happy to get it, is he not?" "No chicken could be happier," Drysdale beamed into the phone. "I studied on what you said about letting the president fight the smog," Jed continued. "Wonderful," Drysdale said, practically purring. "The cashier tells me that, counting this, I got right at $95 million in your bank now," Jed stated matter-of-factly. "Wonderful," Drysdale repeated, his eyes turning to little dollar signs. "So we are going to take it to Washington and give it to the president," Jed concluded. All the blood rushed directly out of Mr. Drysdale's face. He turned as pale as a fresh sheet of paper. "Mr. Clampett, you cannot give all your money to the president." "Why not?" Jed asked reasonably. "Oh, because it—" "Miss Hathaway, tell them why not," Drysdale stammered, shoving the telephone toward his secretary. "Why not? Not that way, explain it." Miss Hathaway took the receiver. "Mr. Clampett, it is your money. You may do with it as you wish." Drysdale snatched the phone back, his eyes bulging. "Who asked you to butt in?" "You did," she replied calmly. "Well, butt out," Drysdale hissed. He forced a sickeningly sweet tone back into his voice. Now, Mr. Clampett, this will take time. Government red tape, Internal Revenue, Secret Service, White House clearance. Now, I will work it out and call you. Well, I would appreciate it if you would hurry, Jed said, because we would like to get started. Right away, Drysdale promised frantically. Oh, and you do not have to give us the $95 million in cash, Jed added helpfully. I reckon the president will take a check. Well, I will discuss it with him. I will let you know, Drysdale managed to say before slamming the phone down. He clutched his chest, sinking into his leather chair. Miss Hathaway, you have got to help me. If they take their money out of my bank, I am ruined. I have got nothing to live for. Oh, now, Chief, she said sympathetically, though not entirely surprised by his dramatic flair. Drysdale grabbed a piece of paper and began scribbling furiously. A suicide note that will stop them. Here, take this, Mr. Clampett. Because you are withdrawing your money, my death is on your hands. Chief, no, she sighed. Now, tie that up, pin it to your dress, and throw yourself out the window, he ordered, pointing a trembling finger toward the large pane of glass overlooking the street. Miss Hathaway stared at him, utterly dumbfounded. Me? They love you, Drysdale reasoned frantically. This will teach them a great lesson. Thanks, but no thanks, she replied with icy calm. I promise, this is the last favor I will ever ask, Drysdale pleaded. Forget it, she said flatly, returning to her desk. What? If you are too chicken to throw yourself out the window, I will do it, he declared, marching toward the window. He paused, looking down at the dizzying drop. All right, come over here. I cannot throw you out from there. Over at the Clampett estate, the air was filled with a strange, high-pitched whirring sound. Jethro sat proudly in the driver's seat of the old truck, which now featured massive, sparking copper coils and an array of tangled wires. What is all the humming for, boy? Jed asked, walking around the strange contraption. I have come up with an invention that beats steam, Jethro declared, patting the dashboard affectionately. Yes, I see the boiler is gone, Jed noted. Yes, sir, Jethro beamed. Notice how quiet she is? No noise, no smoke. No smoke, Jed repeated, genuinely impressed. She runs on electricity, Jethro revealed with a triumphant grin. Well, doggy, I am real proud of you, boy, Jed smiled, clapping his nephew on the shoulder. Inside the mansion, the telephone began to ring. Granny rushed out onto the porch. Jed, the president is calling you, all the way from Washington. The president of the United States is calling me? Jed asked, astonished. Yes, sir, Jed. Granny nodded vigorously. Back in Mr. Drysdale's office, a young man with an incredibly flexible face and voice stood by the desk, holding the telephone. This was Rich Little, a professional impressionist hired by the desperate banker. They are bringing the old fellow to the phone, Mr. Little, Drysdale whispered nervously. Is he not in a straitjacket? Rich Little asked, raising an eyebrow. Oh, no, he is not dangerous, Drysdale assured him quickly. He just suffers from the delusion that he is worth $95 million. No wonder he is in the funny farm, the impressionist muttered. The whole family, it is wonderful of you to look after them. They are very sweet people. Nothing but sweet, Drysdale lied smoothly. Hurry, man. Do not keep them waiting. Hey, tell them about my electric car, Jethro shouted as Jed walked inside to take the call. Jed picked up the heavy receiver. Hello? Jed Clampett speaking. Rich Little cleared his throat and assumed the perfect, unmistakable cadence of the commander-in-chief. Hello, Mr. Clampett. This is the president speaking. Jed stood a little taller out of sheer respect. Is that sure enough you, Mr. President? Oh yes, make no mistake about that. I am the president. The voice boomed with majestic authority. That is him, all right, Jed whispered to Granny. Now, Mr. Drysdale has told me of your generous and patriotic offer to donate your entire fortune to the fight against air pollution. The faux president continued. Yes, sir, Jed answered politely. It is only $95 million. But you are sure welcome to it, and we will bring it right to you. Right there in the White House. The whole family. This here is Granny, Mr. President, Granny shouted toward the phone. I will bring you some pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chitlins. Ellie Mae leaned in close. Mr. President, this here is Ellie Mae. Would you like a nice little baby possum to play with? My nephew Jethro is not here to say howdy, Jed explained. But he is going to drive us all the way to Washington in his brand new invention. The electric semi-annual interest, no less. Left securely in the care of your incredibly wise and deeply friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. Well, naturally, we will do whatever you say, Mr. President, Jed agreed reluctantly. But the family is going to be awful disappointed. We were truly hoping to get away to Washington for a spell. Oh no, do not try to get away, Little advised with a gentle, soothing tone reserved for the institutionalized. You just stay right there and do exactly what the nice man in the crisp white coat tells you to do. Goodbye. Goodbye, Jed replied slowly, lowering the receiver. What did he say, Jed? Granny asked eagerly, bouncing on her heels. He said he does not want us to come to Washington right now, Jed explained, a hint of sadness in his voice. Well, what are we supposed to do, Pa? Ellie Mae asked, her shoulders slumping in disappointment. He says he is going to send a man in a white coat to tell us what to do. Jed relayed the strange instruction. Jethro, I just talked to the president, Jed called out to the driveway. And we will not be driving to Washington in your electric car. Just as well, Uncle Jed, Jethro replied, sounding relieved. I never did find an extension cord long enough to get us all the way there. Back at the bank, Drysdale was ecstatic. Mr. Little, that was an absolutely magnificent performance, he praised, shaking the young man's hand vigorously. Thank you, Little smiled, adjusting his collar. Well, your impersonation of the president was absolutely incredible, Jane agreed, thoroughly impressed despite herself. Thank you, Little said graciously. I hope to see you all again sometime. Take good care of yourselves. He turned toward the door. Mr. Drysdale, are you not forgetting something? Jane pointed out sharply. Oh, what is that? Drysdale asked, feigning innocence. My fee, Little reminded him politely but firmly. Oh yes, of course, Drysdale muttered, reaching for his checkbook with extreme reluctance. How much is it? Well, ordinarily, I receive $7,500 for a private performance. Little stated clearly. However, in this particular case, I will cut it exactly in half. How does $3,750 sound? $3,750 it is, Drysdale sighed, writing the check with a shaking hand. 2040. Now, you owe me $2.50. No, that is exactly $3,750, Little corrected him firmly, taking the check. For 5 minutes of work, Drysdale complained bitterly. The actual president does not get paid that much, and he is the real thing. Excuse me, Chief, Jane interrupted, trying to change the subject. These foreclosure documents are ready. She suddenly noticed the young man more closely. Aren't you Rich Little, the famous impressionist? Yes, I am, he smiled warmly. Oh, Mr. Little, I just love your impression of the great actor John Wayne, Jane gushed, completely out of character. Huh? Well, thank you very much, ma'am, Little replied, seamlessly dropping his voice into the iconic, slow drawl of the legendary cowboy. Now, let me say that if we had lovely girls like you out on the rugged trail, I never would have given my horse a second look. Oh, that is simply marvelous, Jane giggled like a schoolgirl. Thank you. Hey, and your impersonation of Ed Sullivan is an absolute classic. Oh, Ed Sullivan? Little responded immediately, hunching his shoulders and mimicking the famous television host's stiff posture and distinctive voice. Wonderful. Would you do me a great favor there, young sir? Would you come on our really big show next Sunday night and bring your stuffed giraffe? Yes. I would love to have you. What else are you going to have on the spectacular show? A staging of World War I featuring the original cast. Broadcast in brilliant living color, complete with a massive surprise ending. Oh, is he not entirely fabulous? Jane asked her boss, completely starstruck. He certainly is, Drysdale mumbled, still mourning the loss of his money. It has been a real genuine pleasure, Little said, tipping an imaginary hat. Wait a minute, Jane said, her sharp mind suddenly clicking back to reality. You are forgetting something once again. Oh yes, you will see, Drysdale muttered nervously. What are you charging her for the John Wayne and the Ed Sullivan impressions? Drysdale demanded of Little. Oh, nothing at all, Little laughed. I will accept the exact same arrangement, Drysdale declared triumphantly, snatching the check back from the bewildered performer's hands. Watch this. Later that afternoon, Jed was finishing a note on the porch. Do not leave no milk for a spell. We are going to Washington. Granny peered over his shoulder. Yeah? Well, you are going to Washington. We are? Jed asked, surprised. That is what the message clearly says. Have an extremely good trip, Granny nodded. Hey, Uncle Jed, we are going to Washington, Jethro hollered, running toward them. We just got the important message. What did you say, boy? Jed asked, standing up straight. We are going to Washington, Jethro repeated, practically vibrating with excitement. The fellow in the crisp white coat just brought the official message directly from the president. Well, where is he? Jed asked, looking around the empty driveway. Yonder he goes, Jethro pointed down the street. Is that not just the regular milkman? Jed asked, squinting in the bright California sun. Being a simple milkman is what you call a clever cover, Jethro explained confidently, tapping the side of his nose. Cover? Jed asked, unfamiliar with the term. He is really a highly trained secret agent working secretly for the United States government. Jethro explained, his imagination running wild. Is he not? Yeah. I learned all that complex espionage stuff when I was a highly trained double-knot spy. Well, I reckon we best get right to packing our bags, Jed decided, trusting his nephew's bizarre logic. Should I convert my amazing electric car right back to a steam engine? Jethro asked, eager for a mechanical project. No, I think we had better just fly on a modern airplane, Jed reasoned wisely. When the president himself sends for you, you absolutely do not want to keep the man waiting. Back at the Commerce Bank, Drysdale's world was crashing down once again. Well, if he comes in, will you please ask him to call his important office immediately? Jane was saying urgently into the telephone. It is a massive emergency. Thank you. Drysdale entered his office, looking remarkably relaxed. How do you like it, Miss Hathaway? He asked, showing off a new, expensive suit. Chief, where in the world have you been? Jane demanded, hanging up the phone with a sharp clatter. Shopping, he replied breezily, admiring his reflection in the window. Any messages? Oh, just one, Jane replied, her voice tight with panic, but it is an absolute beauty. The Clampetts are actively leaving for Washington right this very minute. What? Drysdale shrieked, all the color draining from his face once again. They are fiercely determined to give their entire $95 million directly to the president, Jane explained rapidly. We have got to stop them immediately. Get rich little back here right now, Drysdale commanded desperately. You are entirely kidding. Jane stared at him in disbelief. Huh? Drysdale fumbled in his pocket. Here is a fully signed blank check. He can make it out for absolutely any amount he likes. I will get right up to the Clampett estate and delay them physically until he calls. He raced to the mansion, arriving just as the family was piling into a large taxicab. I made it, Drysdale gasped, leaning against the wrought iron gate. They are still here. Clarence, Drysdale muttered to himself. Granny, Ellie Mae, Jethro, there is everybody. Oh, hello, Bessie, Jed said, handing a piece of paper to the maid who had come out to see them off. Is that for me? How are you? Jed turned to the panting banker. Dear Mr. Drysdale, please kindly feed the critters. A sharp knock at the door. Yes, who is it? Drysdale barked. It is me, Mr. Drysdale, Jed Clampett called out as he entered the office, carrying the heavy burlap sack over his shoulder. I have fetched you back your sack of chicken feed. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Drysdale wept tears of joy, rushing over to embrace the rough sack of cash. He is quite happy to get it, is he not? Jed whispered to Jane. No chicken could be happier, Jane agreed with a slight smile. I studied on what you said about letting the president fight the smog, Jed explained to the ecstatic banker. Wonderful, Drysdale gasped, practically kissing the burlap. The cashier out front tells me that, counting this here sack, I have got right at $95 million in your bank now, Jed stated matter-of-factly. Wonderful, Drysdale repeated, nodding vigorously. So we are going to take it all to Washington and give it directly to the president. Jed concluded with a satisfied smile. Mr. Clampett, you cannot give all your money to the president, Drysdale shrieked, his face turning ghostly pale as the reality of Jed's words crashed over him. Why not? Jed asked, genuinely confused. Oh, because it, Drysdale stammered, his mind racing for an excuse. Miss Hathaway, tell him why not. Why not? Jane asked, deliberately playing dense. Not that way, Drysdale hissed through clenched teeth. Explain it to him. Mr. Clampett, it is indeed your money, Jane said clearly and professionally. You may do with it exactly as you wish. Who asked you to butt in? Drysdale screamed at her. You did, she reminded him calmly. Well, butt out, he snapped. Now, Mr. Clampett, this kind of transaction will take a tremendous amount of time. There is government red tape, internal revenue forms, Secret Service protocols, and strict White House clearance procedures. Now, I will work it all out for you and call you when it is ready. Well, I would appreciate it if you would hurry, because we would like to get started on our trip, Jed requested politely. Right away, Drysdale promised, ushering Jed toward the door. Oh, and you do not have to give us the $95 million in cash, Jed offered generously. I reckon the president will take a chance with a check. Well, I will discuss it with him, Drysdale lied smoothly. I will let you know. As the door clicked shut behind Jed, Drysdale collapsed against his desk. Miss Hathaway, you have got to help me, he whimpered. If they take their money out of my bank, I am completely ruined. I have got nothing left to live for. Oh now, Chief, Jane sighed, used to his dramatic outbursts. A suicide note, Drysdale declared, his eyes lighting up with a desperate, manic idea. That will stop them. He grabbed a piece of fine bank stationery and began to scribble furiously. Here, take this. Mr. Clampett, because you are withdrawing your money, my tragic death is entirely on your hands. Chief, no, Jane groaned, shaking her head. Now, tie that note up, pin it to your dress, and throw yourself out the window, Drysdale ordered, pointing a trembling finger toward the large glass panes overlooking Beverly Hills. Me? Jane asked in disbelief. They love you, Drysdale reasoned. This bold action will teach them a great lesson. Thanks, but no thanks, Jane replied dryly, turning away. I promise you, this is the very last favor I will ever ask of you, Drysdale pleaded, clasping his hands together. Forget it, Jane said firmly. What? Drysdale gasped, feigning bravery. If you are too chicken to throw yourself out the window, then I will do it myself. All right, come over here, Jane challenged, opening the window wide and gesturing for him to step up. I cannot throw you out from over there. Drysdale deflated instantly, abandoning the absurd plan. The next morning, the Clampett driveway was once again a scene of chaotic invention. Jethro was standing proudly beside the truck, honking the horn repeatedly. What is all the honking for, boy? Jed asked, stepping out onto the front porch. I have come up with an invention that completely beats steam, Jethro announced. Yeah, I see the boiler is completely gone, Jed noted, looking at the modified vehicle. Yes, sir, Jethro beamed. Notice how completely quiet she is. There is no noise and absolutely no smoke. No smoke? Jed asked, impressed. She runs entirely on electricity, Jethro explained proudly, holding up a massive tangle of extension cords. Well, doggy, I am real proud of you, boy, Jed smiled warmly. Suddenly, Drysdale's voice echoed across the lawn as he ran toward them, waving his arms frantically. Stop, stop, the president is calling you. All the way from Washington. The president of the United States is calling me? Jed asked, his eyes wide with surprise. Yes, sir, Bob, Drysdale confirmed, out of breath. Back in Drysdale's office, a young man named Rich Little stood near the desk, holding a telephone receiver. He was a professional impressionist, hired at an exorbitant rate to perform a desperate charade. They are bringing the old fellow to the phone now, Mr. Little, Drysdale whispered frantically to the performer. Is he not in a straitjacket? Little asked, sounding slightly nervous. Oh no, he is not dangerous at all, Drysdale assured him quickly. He simply suffers from the bizarre delusion that he is worth $95 million. No wonder he is in the funny farm, Little nodded understandingly. The whole family must be completely crazy. You know, it is wonderful of you to look after them, Little added with genuine sympathy. They sound like very sweet people. Nothing but sweet, Drysdale agreed, wiping sweat from his brow. Hurry, Dan, do not keep them waiting on the line. Hey, tell them about my electric car, Jethro yelled in the background as Jed picked up the receiver. Hello? Jed spoke into the phone cautiously. Hello? Hello, Jed Clampett speaking, Jed said clearly. Hello, Mr. Clampett, Little answered, flawlessly mimicking the deep, resonant voice of the current President of the United States. This is the President speaking. Is that sure enough you, Mr. President? Jed asked, a broad smile breaking across his weathered face. Oh yes, make no mistake about that, Little replied confidently. I am the President. That is him, all right, Jed whispered aside to his family. Now, Mr. Drysdale has told me of your incredibly generous and profoundly patriotic offer to donate your entire massive fortune to the national fight against air pollution. Little intoned with presidential gravity. Yes, sir, Jed answered proudly. It is only $95 million, but you are surely welcome to every last penny of it. And we will bring it right to you right there in the White House. The whole entire family is coming. This here is Granny, Mr. President. Granny leaned toward the phone, shouting so she could be heard in Washington. I will bring you some of my famous pickled pawpaws and some fresh hand-slung chitlins. Mr. President, this here is Ellie Mae, Jed continued the introductions. Would you like a nice little baby possum to play with? Ellie Mae asked sweetly into the receiver. My nephew Jethro is not right here to say howdy, but he is going to drive us all the way to Washington in his brand new invention, the electric car, Jed concluded proudly. No, please do not come to Washington, Little said quickly, perfectly capturing the president's cadence. We have got enough people exactly like you here already. You highly public-spirited citizens, Well, how do we get the vast amount of money to you? Jed asked, confused by the refusal. Well, I am very glad you asked me that specific question, Little replied smoothly. I want to make this single point very clear. What is the point you want to make very clear? Jed inquired, listening intently. Leave your money safely in the bank, Little commanded with absolute authority. The Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, where it will rightfully draw maximum interest. A compounded said, standing her ground. We might just as well go back to the office. Hey, Miss Jane, before you go, just sit down and help me think of an idea on how to get rid of the smog. Jethro requested earnestly. Jethro, dear boy, Jane said softly, touched by his innocent sincerity. The finest minds in the country are working on that exact problem. Yeah, but I am not getting anywhere, Jethro sighed, resting his chin in his hands. Do not sit there wasting time with that idiot, Drysdale barked at Jane. Now, hold on, Jed said, his voice carrying a quiet but undeniable authority. Just because she is dressed funny does not make her an idiot. Get out from there, both of you, Drysdale yelled, losing whatever remained of his composure. Mr. Drysdale, it is hard to think of brilliant ideas with folks yelling at you, Jethro complained, rubbing his temples. Where does Granny keep her shotgun? I surely hope I can whip that smog problem before I starve to death. Jethro, I am afraid that problem will not be solved until someone invents a replacement for the internal combustion engine, Jane explained gently. I will do it, Jethro declared, leaping to his feet with sudden inspiration. I am on it. Hey, what is an internal combustion engine? Well, that is the engine that powers the average automobile, Jane answered, happy to educate him. The hope is to convert them all to steam or electricity. Hey, Mr. Drysdale, what should I put my giant brain to work on first? Jethro asked, pacing the floor with excitement. A steam car or an electric car? Why not a gas turbine? Drysdale suggested sarcastically. Oh, I am not going to mess with hats, Jethro replied, completely misunderstanding. Just cars. Mr. Drysdale, I have already told you this money is staying here, Jed reminded the banker, his tone unyielding. Mr. Drysdale, get off of my money, Drysdale cried, grabbing the top of the sack. It is my money. No, it is not, Jed corrected him. It is mine. Well, it is my sack, Drysdale argued childishly. All right, I will dump the money out and you can have the sack, Jed offered, always fair. Good. Just dump it in that truck out front, Drysdale instructed, pointing toward the driveway. It is staying right here, Jed repeated. But it is not safe here, Drysdale pleaded. Why, it was perfectly safe until you showed up, Jed noted astutely. No, it is going back into my vault, Drysdale insisted, trying to drag the heavy sack across the expensive rug. Do not stand there, Hathaway, Drysdale yelled at his secretary. Use your gun. That is an excellent idea, Jane said, her voice dripping with sudden defiance. She drew the unloaded revolver from her holster and pointed it directly at her boss. Stand back, Mr. Drysdale. I should hate to hit you. You traitor, Drysdale gasped, dropping the sack in shock. Mr. Drysdale, get a hold of yourself. I have already promised this money to a fellow that is going to get rid of all the smog, Jed explained patiently. Not Jethro, Drysdale asked, a look of pure terror crossing his face. No. This fellow is going to drill a massive tunnel all the way through the San Bernardino Mountains, put in a great big fan, and draw all the smog right out of Los Angeles, Jed explained, fully believing the outrageous tale he had been spun by the con artist known as Honest John. But that is a preposterous idea, Drysdale sputtered. Yeah, we like it too, Jed smiled warmly. Mr. Clampett, the problem of smog is much too big to be handled locally, Jane interjected, trying to bring some sanity to the conversation. It has to be solved on a national level. Is that a fact? Jed asked, genuinely interested. Only the President of the United States can get together the brain power and the vast amount of money necessary to tackle such an issue, Jane elaborated. Why, this $700,000 is not even a drop in the bucket. Well, how much does the President need? Jed asked, his brow furrowing with concern. Oh, millions, billions of dollars, Jane replied. I will just take this chicken feed back to the bank, Drysdale muttered, reaching for the sack again. I will study on it, Mr. Drysdale, Jed said thoughtfully, putting a firm hand on the sack. No, give up, Chief, Jane advised her boss, lowering the gun. Hold it, Hathaway, Drysdale snapped, his face turning a deep shade of purple. I am not through with you. What now? Jane sighed. You are guilty of conduct unbecoming an employee of the Commerce Bank. Drysdale listed his grievances furiously. For cowardice in the face of action. For failure to obey a direct order. For treachery and insubordination. You are hereby dishonorably discharged as a guard and reduced to the rank of secretary. Hallelujah! Jane breathed a sigh of relief. Do not expect a Christmas bonus this year, Drysdale added spitefully. I have never had a Christmas bonus, Jane stated factually. Well, do not expect one this year either, Drysdale retorted. Now go outside and get the truck. As Jane stepped out the front door, she stopped dead in her tracks, letting out a horrified scream. Oh my goodness, what have you done to that truck? She cried. It looks like the boob has set it on fire. Jethro, what did you do? Drysdale demanded as they rushed outside. I converted this rascal to steam, Jethro announced proudly, standing beside the family truck, which was now billowing massive clouds of white. Hissing steam from an improvised boiler bolted to the hood. You are looking at the answer to air pollution by automobile. The Jethro Bodine steam car. I have perfected a completely clean engine. I am going back inside, Drysdale groaned, burying his face in his hands. I told you that for this clean engine nonsense. Uncle Jed, Jethro called out excitedly, wiping soot from his forehead. Honest John is not going to be needing his money anymore now that I have whipped the smog problem. So I will use it to mass-produce my brand new steam car. Hold on, boy, Jed cautioned, putting a steady hand on his nephew's shoulder. According to Mrs. Drysdale's secretary, only the president himself can handle a smog problem. The President of the United States? Jethro asked, his eyes widening. That is right, Jed confirmed. He is the only one that can bring together the brains and the money needed for such a big job. Well, here stands the whole kit and caboodle, Jethro declared proudly, gesturing to himself and the hissing truck. I will just hop on my steam car, drive all the way to Washington, pull up right in front of the White House and give him the brains and the money. All in one convenient package. Hold on, boy, Jed repeated, shaking his head slowly. What you have got there is just a drop in the bucket, and it is not likely enough money either. Talking about the money, Granny piped up, having joined them on the driveway. Mr. Drysdale says the president's lot will need millions, maybe even billions of dollars. I was thinking of giving him all my money. Okay, I will stop by the bank and get the rest of it, Jethro agreed readily. Well, Uncle Jed, if Jethro goes to Washington, I want to go too, Ellie Mae insisted, stepping up beside her cousin. And they are not going without me, Granny added firmly. I was just coming to that, Jed smiled warmly at his family. I think it would be a fine trip for the whole family. I best go leave a polite note for the milkman. Tell him we are going to Washington. Meanwhile, back at the Commerce Bank, Drysdale was taking his frustration out on his clientele. He sat rigidly at his desk, dictating a letter to Jane. And since you have failed to make your final payment promptly, we are forced to repossess your automobile, Drysdale dictated coldly. Sincerely, your friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. Chief, you are telling your own brother that you are repossessing his car? Jane asked, appalled. Well, that is a little cold, is it not? Postscript, Drysdale added without missing a beat. Send my regards to Betty and the babies. There was a sudden, I am young, Jethro reasoned, standing tall and puffing out his chest. You are not that young, Jed replied with a gentle laugh, patting the boy on the shoulder. Besides, Honest John needs that money to help fight the smog. You know, that hazy smoke that covers the city. Jethro nodded enthusiastically, his mind suddenly shifting gears. You know, I would like to throw my brain into the fight against smog. It is a dandy cause. They say what it will take to whip it is brains and money. Well, if it takes that to fix it, we have got it made, do we not? I reckon we have a leg up on it, Jed agreed kindly, indulging the boy's ambitious spirit. Elmer and I will get busy upstairs, Jethro announced, leading the little raccoon up the sweeping grand staircase. Fine, Ellie, Jed called out as his beautiful daughter, Ellie Mae, bounded into the room. She possessed a radiant, natural beauty and a tender heart that drew every animal in the county to her side. Oh, Jed, that reminds me, Granny said, stopping her vigorous dusting for a moment. Mr. Drysdale called and said he was coming by to pick up this money. How come? Jed asked, a hint of confusion in his steady voice. Well, he said folks had an order to keep $700,000 in cash around the house. Granny explained, waving her duster to emphasize her point. He has got the hives from worrying about it. I am sorry about his hives, Jed said, his tone turning serious, but I promised his money to Honest John to fight the smog. I am thinking about jumping into the fight against smog too, Granny, Jethro shouted from the landing above, unable to stay out of the conversation. Well, Mr. Drysdale said that this money belongs back in the vault at his bank, and he is coming by to pick it up, Granny continued, ignoring the interruption. I do not think I can let him have it, Jed stated firmly. Promise is a promise. I am going to fight smog. Granny, Jethro repeated, louder this time. Well, I told Mr. Drysdale that you might not let him have it, but he says he is coming by to pick it up regardless, Granny warned. So that is betwixt you and him. Granny, I am going to fight smog, Jethro declared again, determined to be heard. How? Granny finally asked, crossing her arms. Well, I do not know, Jethro admitted, scratching his head. But Uncle Jed says it takes brains and money. Betwixt us, we are all set. You have got money, have you? Granny challenged with a smirk. No, I am supplying the brains, Jethro declared proudly, tapping his temple. Sitting up here betwixt these sideburns is a real brute of an intellect. The only brute you have sits right there at the end of your shoulders, Granny retorted, her sharp wit never failing her. I think we ought to encourage the boy, Granny, Jed interjected gently, always the peacemaker. He does not know smog from applesauce, Granny grumbled, turning back to her dusting. I do so, Jethro defended himself. I listen to the reports on the television all the time. Why, today we are having light eye irritation. But that does not worry me, because I have got dark eyes. Jed smiled at his nephew's unique logic. That is a great partner you have there. Meanwhile, at the opulent Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, the atmosphere was one of high anxiety. Milburn Drysdale, the bank president whose love for money was only matched by his fear of losing the Clampett account, was pacing his grand office. His loyal, long-suffering secretary, Miss Jane Hathaway, stood before him, looking profoundly uncomfortable. All right, guard, Drysdale commanded, pointing a trembling finger at Jane. Go in there and get that money, and do not take no for an answer. You forced me to wear this uniform to save paying a real guard, Jane protested, pulling at the stiff, oversized collar of the security uniform she had been ordered to wear. But it will not work. Mr. Clampett will recognize me immediately. I thought of that, Drysdale replied, a wicked gleam in his eye. So just wear this disguise. He handed her a pair of dark, thick-rimmed sunglasses. Here we go. Looks great. Now get the money. But suppose Mr. Clampett will not let me take it? Jane asked, her voice trembling with genuine concern. Well, you have got a gun, Drysdale said, waving his hand dismissively. Use it. Oh, goodness no, Drysdale quickly corrected himself as Jane gasped in horror. I do not mean to shoot him. Just fire a couple of shots over his head to show him you mean business. I will not do any such thing, Jane declared, her moral compass overriding her fear of her boss. If you want that money, you go and get it yourself. A fine guard you are, Drysdale scoffed. Why, you are a disgrace to that uniform. A short time later, the heavy oak doors of the Clampett mansion swung open. Drysdale entered, followed closely by a very reluctant, disguised Jane Hathaway. Mr. Drysdale, I thought I heard somebody. Jed greeted them politely, standing near the large burlap sack of money that rested prominently in the center of the room. Oh, Mr. Clampett, Drysdale began, his voice overly smooth. This guard is here to pick up that $700,000. I do not think I can let him have it, Jed replied calmly, shaking his head. Look, whatever you do not cross him, Drysdale warned, leaning in and whispering dramatically. He is armed. He is a mad dog killer. Is that a fact? Jed asked, stepping closer and peering at the trembling guard. Are you a mad dog killer, Miss Jane? Of course not, Jane sighed, removing the dark glasses and hanging her head in defeat. Miss Hathaway, what are you doing in that uniform? Drysdale demanded, feigning utter shock. Oh my goodness. If this is your idea of a practical joke, I, for one, do not appreciate it. Nor can I imagine Mr. Clampett is amused either. No. I demand that she is punished, Mr. Clampett. And I think the proper punishment would be to make her carry out that heavy bag of money. Go get it. Now, hold on, Jed interrupted, his voice firm but kind. She is not toting out that money. Well, if you want to forgive her so easily, that is your choice, Drysdale stammered, caught off guard by Jed's unwavering kindness. But keep an eye on her. Any woman who will dress up like that needs watching. Hello, Jethro, Drysdale said, turning his attention to the young man who had just entered the room. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale, Jethro greeted him cheerfully. Jethro walked directly over to the large sack of money and sat down heavily upon it. Hey, get up, Drysdale ordered, his patience wearing thin. I need this money. Uncle Jed does not want you to have it. So I am going to sit right here until I think of a way to get rid of the smog, Jethro announced proudly, crossing his arms. Jethro, that is a problem for a genius to solve, Drysdale patronized, hoping to flatter the boy into moving. Thank you, Jethro beamed, missing the sarcasm entirely. I am working on it. Why do you not go out to the kitchen and eat something? Drysdale suggested pleadingly. I thought I would not eat until I figured out a way to whip the smog, Jethro declared bravely, his stomach giving a slight rumble. Well, go get a stick and hit it, Drysdale snapped, his frustration boiling over. You are not being any help. Well, neither are you, Jethro countered. Get up, Drysdale demanded. Not until I think of an idea, Jethro insisted. Jethro, get off the money, Drysdale warned. Here is an armed guard. He will shoot you. Hey, Mr. Jethro said, looking closely at Jane. You look just like your secretary, Miss Jane. I am Miss Jane, she admitted softly. What are you doing wearing that outfit? Jethro asked, genuinely confused. It was dark when she dressed this morning, Drysdale lied quickly. Now get off the money. You see, Mr. Clampett is not going to let you take this money, Jane pointed out to her boss, feeling a surge of defiant courage. Okay, then you take it, Drysdale ordered her. Come on, get it out of here. Forget it, Jane said, just as the Clampetts, having hired a massive taxi to carry their luggage, pulled up to the curb near Pennsylvania Avenue. Granny, big house the president has got, Jethro observed, staring at the executive mansion in awe. Nice big yard, too, Jed noted with an agrarian eye. Lots of room for critters. Reckon he has got a garden and chickens. Likely, I would bet, Granny nodded approvingly. Well, here is all our stuff, Jed said, handing the exhausted driver a wad of cash. Here you are, Mr. Taxi Driver. Thank you. Now, tell me, what time is the next public tour of the White House? 3 o'clock. The driver panted, eager to get away from the strange family and their bizarre luggage. Yeah, remember that, Jed told his family. I am going to ask questions later. Tell the president I will be there. Right on cue, Shifty Schaefer stepped out from behind the tree, feigning profound surprise. Mr. Schaefer, honest John, Jed called out happily, waving his hat. Well, bless my soul if it is not the Clampetts. Shifty grinned, spreading his arms wide. What brings you to Washington of all places? We are here to see the president, Jed explained, shaking the con man's hand vigorously. We want to talk to him about the smog problem. We are going to help him get rid of the stuff. What a coincidence, Shifty gasped, pressing a hand to his chest. He just appointed me chairman of a very special committee for that exact purpose. I am ready to give him my money if I just knew how, Jed offered, his honest face shining with patriotic duty. Another coincidence, Shifty purred smoothly, just happens to be the function of my committee. Are you lying? Granny asked, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. She had never fully trusted the overly slick man in the expensive suits. I try to do my humble bit, Shifty replied with practiced modesty. Shall I make out the check to the president? Jed asked, reaching into his worn overalls for his massive checkbook. As a matter of fact, the check should be made payable to my committee, Shifty instructed gently. What is that? Citizens Against Smog Horror. Jed scratched his chin. That is quite a lot to write. Could I just use the initials? Just use the initials, Shifty agreed eagerly. Fine. Citizens. Against. Smog. Horror. Jed spelled out slowly. Now, shall I make it for the whole 95 million? Shifty's eyes nearly popped out of his skull, his heart hammering against his ribs. He fought down the urge to scream in triumph, his criminal mind rapidly calculating the safest play. No, no, he managed to say, his voice thick with suppressed greed. That might be a bit hard to handle. What do you mean? Jed asked, confused. Well, you see, other public-spirited citizens not as wealthy as you might be embarrassed and not contribute at all if you give so much at once. Shifty lied smoothly, weaving a masterclass of manipulation. Oh, well, we do not want that to happen, Jed agreed wholeheartedly, entirely blind to the deceit. I am glad you understand. Give him $5, Jed, Granny suggested practically. Lots of folks got that much. Shifty coughed politely. On the other hand, let us not go too far the other way. A little friendly embarrassment never hurt anybody. How about starting with $1 million? Excellent, Jed nodded. Just the right amount to get the ball rolling. He began to write out the check. That is 1, not, comma, not. Shifty watched, mesmerized, as the pen formed the staggering sum. Boy has got a great head for ciphers, has he not? Jed smiled proudly at Jethro. He is a real knothead, Granny muttered, rolling her eyes. Well, there you are, Mr. Honest John, Jed said, tearing off the precious slip of paper and handing it to the swindler. I hope that primes the pump. Beautiful, Shifty breathed, clutching the paper as if it were a holy relic. The president will be delighted. Are you going to show it to him? Jed asked enthusiastically. At our afternoon meeting. What time is that again, my good man? Jed asked. 3 o'clock. That will be on time. I am a busy man. You must know the president pretty good. Pals, buddies, Shifty boasted, sliding the check into his breast pocket. Well, why do you not take us to the meeting with you? Jed suggested. We would like to say howdy to him. And he would like to say hi-dee to you, Shifty countered quickly, thinking on his feet. Oh, golly. However, the Secret Service requires security clearance. Will that take long? Do you happen to have birth certificates, color photographs, passports, and a complete set of fingerprints with you? Shifty asked rapidly, knowing full well they did not. Why, no, we have not, Jed admitted, looking crestfallen. Well, I am afraid it will take a while, Shifty sighed sympathetically. Meantime, I will put you up at a nice, comfortable hotel. Yeah, taxi. The morning sun cast a golden glow over the sprawling gardens of the Clampett estate in the wealthy neighborhood of Beverly Hills. The birds chirped pleasant melodies, unaware of the vast fortunes housed within the towering walls of the surrounding mansions. Inside the grand home, the atmosphere was anything but pretentious. It was a day for honest, simple chores, the kind that grounded the family and reminded them of their rustic roots back in the mountains. Jed Clampett, a man whose tall stature and calm demeanor commanded gentle respect, stood in the center of the grand parlor. His weathered face held a look of contented peace as he watched the activity around him. Beside him was his nephew, Jethro Bodine, a young man with boundless energy and a heart as large as his appetite. They were busy with the daily dusting, an activity they approached with their usual cheerful spirit. Well, it seems you are helping your granny with the house cleaning, Jed observed with a warm smile, adjusting his grip on the cleaning cloth. Oh, yes indeed, Uncle Jed, Jethro replied, his eyes wide with earnest enthusiasm. Elmer needs a little help today. Elmer? Jed asked, his curiosity piqued. He looked around, trying to spot the source of the name. Oh, he scurries around inside the cabinet, Jethro explained, pointing toward a grand, ornately carved wooden piece of furniture. He is doing the dusting. How is it going, Elmer? From the depths of the cabinet emerged a small, lively raccoon, its masked face looking bright and eager. The little creature held a small piece of cloth in its paws, mimicking the cleaning motions of its human companions. Well, he is a handy little critter, is he not? Jed chuckled softly, his eyes twinkling with amusement. He surely is. That raccoon fur is better than feathers for picking up lint, Jed. Granny called out as she bustled into the room. She was a woman of small stature but immense spirit, carrying a traditional feather duster like a scepter. He seems right proud to be happy, too. Elmer is a dandy little duster. Well, let us take our dusters outside and shake them, Jed suggested, always one to appreciate the fresh morning air. Yes, that sounds like a fine idea, Jethro agreed. And then, Elmer, you can take yours upstairs and hand them to the dresser drawers in the closet. As they moved toward the heavy oak doors, Jethro paused, a thoughtful expression crossing his youthful face. Uncle Jed, he began slowly, that fellow Honest John has never come back to pick up his $700,000. He is out that way. Can I have it as an advance against my allowance? Jed stopped and looked at his nephew, raising a single eyebrow. Your allowance is 50 cents a week, Jethro. That will take a right long while to pay back.